What's up, everyone? Good evening. Welcome to Knowledge and Relationships. This is your boy M3, and I have a nice, lovely guest with me for tonight that will be joining me. And her name is Mimsy Limbs.
Hello.
Good evening, Mimsy. Thank you for just being the first like to kind of tune in on this topic that we're going to be talking about. But before I even disclose the title, which I for sure maybe some people already know, I gotta give a shout outs to AR from the One Manosphere versus the Manosphere. All right, sending out the daisies, And then of course I gotta always give a shout out to you as well. Bada bang that like button, y'all. As always. And then I gotta give another shout out to Mr. Arshawn Dave. Always remembering the coffee cups. That's right, coffee dates. And I'm digging that little avatar. It is a little joke behind it, but yes. So without further ado, let me go ahead and highlight tonight's topic. So tonight's topic is how to build healthy relationships and avoid divorce. Now, keep in mind, I am no relationship guru, but I'm only here to discuss some things, give my own personal advice. It's just all about opinions and entertainment. So don't take everything so literal. And we also have inside the chat the lovely Canada's finest. She stole my thunder, like so. Kaboom. Hello here to show my brother some live and support. Well, you know what,
I think
Miss?
she means
She
love.
stole my oh love and support. Well, as always, Miss, she stole my thunder. We always appreciate you for dropping in and giving your support as well too. I feel like I want to drop the link early. You know what? This is what I'm gonna do, right? After like within the 10-minute mark, I'll drop the link if anyone wants to come up and just, talk about, you know, tonight's topic. Even if you're not in a relationship or if you're not married, man, it's always open. You guys are always welcome to come in. And then she's like, "What, K and R? You're not a love girl? I thought you were the love doctor." Well, my love does comes with prescriptions. So it's the cure for all depression and sadness. And she says, "Thanks for the intro." Oh, as always, thanks for tuning in. And make sure, everybody, you know, get the likes up. Bada bang the like button, as always. I'm going to be highlighting that periodically. So, Mimsy, all right. How's your night going for you so far?
Amazing.
That's good. What's making it amazing so far?
I've had a very successful day in the daily schedule that I've implemented for the children's, and I was able to sew in Mike's blue ribbon on his silencio.
That's right. The nice, quiet silencio.
It
So,
works.
mm-hmm. Yeah, as always, I love the silencios, and the one with the flowers and all that. Did you design that too?
You know, my mom gave this to me. It's just like a
Oh,
cover
okay.
because, like, when my shoulders are exposed, I get
Mm-hmm.
cold, so I always gotta like have my shoulders covered because it's
Oh, I
cold.
get you. I know that makes good sense, but it's nice. It's a lovely color. So, but okay, I guess we're gonna jump into the number one question. Okay, so number one is let's see. Oh wait, before I get to number one, hold on, we got one more comment. Let me see. She started with my thunder says, "Show the hands to the like button." But if you're a Canadian, like, oh, I think she's a Canadian like me. Just lightly touch it with a maple, with the maple syrup. I got you like me. Hey, I appreciate that. Yes, let's definitely get the likes up as always. So the first question is: are there healthy ways to build a healthy relationship? Now, I'm just asking questions because I just want to know myself. I believe there's many ways to build a healthy relationship, but what is your thoughts, Mimsy? How?
Communication.
Communication. Okay, okay.
Can't build a
So,
proper foundation without communication.
mm, all right, all right. I definitely agree to that because I feel like maybe, and this probably ties in with the problem of most relationships, Mimsy. And you could correct me if I'm wrong, but does most problems in a relationship relies in the lack of communication and having hidden expectations, or are they just not being honest from the start of the relationship?
I don't think I don't think people are just very honest. We don't have these real talks in from the very beginning because everybody's walking on eggshells because
Mm-hmm.
we all want to be like whatever that person wants because we want to be liked and we want to get in the pants, do whatever the goal is. But yeah, I think if we were just real from the beginning
Mm.
and throughout the growth,
Mm-hmm.
because people change and we just have to continue having conversations like adults,
Yeah.
proper communication.
Mm. All right, I could dig that. And then I gotta give a shout outs to K Marriage in the house. Okay. Shout outs to Marcus Rodriguez. All right. Shout outs to It's Hot. No, sorry, It's All Hot Air. So thank you for tuning in as well. Okay. K Marion says good evening. So please, everybody, continue to get the likes up. Bada bang that like button. And if you're from Canada, lightly just press the like button on the way. Okay. All right. So, mm, all right. Yeah, people. Here's the thing. It takes me back to kind of like one of our polygamy topics because I feel like people have this expectation that when you're in a relationship, your heart, your love, you know, it's, and I'm not saying like it doesn't belong to one person because you made a commitment, but they feel like naturally it's like it will erase everything else around you. It will erase the lust. It will erase the other sexual or non-sexual desires outside of your space between you and your spouse. And the reality is that like, you know, that's not the cure, you know, for a person's greed or lustful heart. And so, people will say that, well, polygamy could be the solution if everyone was to go around and share. But the thing is not really the answer for that. You know, it's start telling the truth and being honest about where you're at and where your expectations. And if that person is not on the same page with you, then you know what to do, pretty much. What do you think, Mimsy? Beautiful speech, but you're muted.
Speaking specifically on polygamy,
Well, I'm more speaking specific on like, okay, when it comes to the honesty factor, like people have these expectations that you have like that once you're in a relationship with someone, it's that is like the cure of all things outside of your relationship. Meaning that you're always gonna, you know, not lust at other people. You're
right?
not gonna feel the temptations. It's that most guys they'll tell their girls that, hey, like, you're my only one. I'm not looking at no one else but you, and vice versa. But in reality, everyone goes through their struggles, or you have connections and vibes, but you already know not to cross the line. And people are saying that, well, if if you guys was in a polygamous relationship, then what would happen is that would have been the cure for people that will want to go out and cheat, basically.
I don't believe that polygamy is the answer and the cure for lusts. I don't think that that's valid. I think that if you're going to be in a polygamous relationship or a polygamous relationship, whatever it is, you need to have
Hmm.
purpose. It's not about the sex. It's not about the lusts of the flesh. It is about purpose. You know what I'm saying? Procreation, community,
Hmm.
family, just creating just a larger family. You know what I'm saying? That's
Right.
what that is about. It's
Mm.
I I don't so like yes, the lusts are always there. So what? You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, yes,
Hmm.
they exist, the temptations are there. So what? Are you telling me that you jump on every person that you find attractive because a person walks by you and you see how beautiful they are? You need that person right now? No. This is a
Mm.
reality. We literally don't go and attack the people because of our lust. We actually have self-control, and this just needs to be practiced. However,
Hmm.
the temptations are out there. The Almighty
Yeah.
knows what He is doing, and He is going to put the tests and the temptations out there for you. But just because those happen, and sometimes maybe we fall into them, that is not always reasons and grounds for the ending of the relationship. Again, communication is important.
Hmm.
What
It definitely
happened?
is.
Let's talk about it. Where do we go from here? Always we. Where are we gonna go from here? What's happening? You know.
I definitely agree. And that's where it goes back into communication in relationships. You got to communicate. Shout outs to Miss OG Patrice. Thank you for tuning in, man. Tonight's topic is about how to build healthy relationships and avoid divorce if possible. But just to let you know, I'm no relationship guru. I'm just giving a couple of questions and we have our honest opinion. Let me go ahead and lighten up the vibe and playing some music as well too. Okay, Kate Mary says monogamy works until it doesn't. Polygamy, same. Every relationship's dynamic shows their own challenges because we are not robots. Right, Mimsy? Controlling oneself is where it stays good. Controlling others, however, does not work. Hmm. Wow. You know what? I don't even think that was like in the topic list. Controlling relationships. I think when there's control in a relationship, there's not enough trust because now it's like you want to make sure you control the narrative to make sure that the relationship is going the way how you want it instead of allowing your partner to make his or her own trial and error and work through it together as a team. So why you brought that part up? Hmm. As she saw my daughter says, not a love girl, but he's a love doctor.
She keeps claiming it.
Hey, I
Must
think she's ready
must
for her
be true.
prescriptions though.
Must
Exactly.
be true. The prescriptions are found in his merch store. Okay, that's where you can find the prescriptions of love.
Right on, right on. And then she says, yes, people go for certain things because they think that it will solve their problems. Like money makes you help. Sure, it can help, but it won't solve all your problems. That is definitely true, you know? Now let's go ahead and get to question number two. Have you lost the concept of building friendships with the opposite sex? Hmm. Wow, that's a good question.
Who comes up with your questions?
Sometimes, well, this one is courtesy of Mr. Intellectual Soapbox. Then other times, First Lady Tammy writes out the questionnaires. But tonight, I gotta give a shout outs to the homie for writing those questions out. So,
Have we lost the concept of building friendships with the opposite sex? I don't know.
mm,
I don't have friends. I have one friend, and he's my neighbor. And at this point, he is my brother. We've known each other since I've moved here, and we've had each other's back. And it's the only friendship that I can say is he's a man. Obviously, he's a grown man. We have kids. You know, our kids are the same age, and he lives right here. And if I need to, I can just walk over to my neighbor's house, and sit down and have a cup of coffee with him, and we just sit down and hang out, you know. And this is something that I can do with my friend, who is not only my friend, but he's Mike's friend.
mm,
He's literally the family friend. When Pops was here, he was like Pops'
yeah,
best friend. So anybody literally could just hang out with this person, and there was no worries. There's no
yeah,
worries that this man is going to take advantage of me. There's no worries that this man is going to try to put the moves on. It's just that was a beautiful friend. This is a beautiful friendship. But at this point, he is my brother. I love this man, you know. So do I think that we have lost? I don't know. I think that friendships between men and women is complicated because there are hormones and temptations and natural instinct to do what? To procreate.
mm,
This is just natural instincts. We think that these are always just lusts of the flesh, but the problem is that because of the society putting out all of the whoredoms and the fornications out there, we have no self control, we have no morals, and so we can't actually befriend people without there being what? The friend zone, um the unrequited love, the secret love, and then the affairs, because you're tempting the natural instinct of what we are supposed to do, the natural purpose.
yeah.
So I don't know.
Mm, I get you. Um, yeah, I think people have lost the concept of building friendships. Like, here's the thing. Um, in the society, especially like in YouTube, they make it seem like it's a bad thing for a man and woman to be friends. So you probably already heard like this whole like alpha this or simp this and simp that type of comments whenever a man is pursuing a woman, but he'll accept the friend zone type of role, and then it makes it more confusing when you're. And to me, I feel like when you're talking to unstable women, you know, you're pretty much soaking in their type of logic, their type of advice. Same thing for the men who feel like, well, you know, if a woman puts you in the friend zone, you should pretty much move on and not deal with her ever again because they look at it as an insult. But however, guys like me, you know, my whole source of my good moments and good times was friendships with women. Same thing for my father as well too. And that didn't make us like any simps. We just enjoyed the company of having female companionship. And whatever happens just happens. But I feel like it comes through naturally. But I feel like when people are so in rush into sex and relationships, you're missing out the fundamental key factor, why don't you learn how to be a friend to someone and vice versa? But when people throw that part away, I don't know. Maybe it's probably just like straight to courtship. I don't know. I just feel like you're not really progressing, and you're looking at things in a negative light about the opposite gender. But if you took the time to at least, you know, I'm not saying be friendly, super friendly, but take the time to get to know them. It's a process. You might find something cool that you'll really like about this person. And shout outs to Amy Chibi. He or she says, "Is it okay to give opinions?" Yes, opinions are also welcome as well too. And observant creator, peace,
Yeah,
greetings to everyone. Thank you for
yeah.
tuning in.
He's not like asking me personally. He's actually asking y'all. What do y'all think about these things?
Hmm.
You know,
Yeah, yeah. This is not these are not personal questions for Mimsy. By the way, I'm just want to make that clear. This is like for like the chat. This is for all of us to engage. Pretty
yeah.
soon,
I'm
I'm
just
gonna
hanging out.
drop the link, and if you guys want to join in, we could have a discussion about it. So give me about like maybe like 3 more minutes, and then I'll post the link up. All right.
Bada bing.
Mm-hmm. So, but yeah, thanks for sharing your perspective, Mimsy. Okay.
Also, I lied real quick because
Mhm.
as I'm sitting here and I'm thinking, I have two friends. I have two friends. My other friend is Joey. You might have seen him on my
Mhm.
stream, and he is a person that I met through the internet. So this
Mhm.
friendships from the internet can actually happen. We used to play games together, all
Mhm.
three of us, and he actually came out here from Texas to help us work on our property when we were still working on getting it, to where we could move in. And he is
Oh.
the like only person who has ever slept on my couch. Like as an outsider, as a non-family member, with like my kids in the next room.
Mhm.
So like that's Uncle Joey. you
Oh,
know
okay.
but this is also like another, like, so my only two friends, as it turns out, are two males, you know none of which are married. Joey has a girlfriend, but Bruce is not married. So I suppose it really depends. But again, that's my
Okay.
brother at this point. That's Uncle Joey. This is, this is not just friendships, they become family.
Right. Now, hold on. I gotta bring this special person in. Um, she is a part of the Knowledge and Relationships crew, and I'm glad that she's cammed on. Look at that. I see the smile. I see. There you go. The demo's out. So I gotta give this warm welcome to none other than the first of all ladies in this live stream, First Lady Tammy. Good evening. Good evening. How are you?
Why
Nothing much. We're just just having like a nice discussion about how to build healthy relationships and avoid divorce. So, you know, feel free to answer like in the number one and number two if you wish, Tammy. Um
are there healthy
hey,
ways to build a healthy relationship?
mm-hmm,
Of course there are. There's always healthy ways to build a healthy relationship. It's interesting because I was thinking about like when it comes to like marriage. Of course, I'm not married yet, but like I feel like the most important things always start with COM.
COM.
So if you think about like commitment,
Mm-hmm.
communication,
Hmm.
compromise. All
Okay.
three of those things begin with COM, which I was trying to find a nice way to say it. But I don't know. I mean, I think that healthy ways to build a healthy relationship. I mean, there's things that you can do. I mean, it's about dealing with the trauma that you've been through, so you don't bring that trauma into a new relationship. And the problem is, a lot of people don't do that. A lot of people are not willing to address the trauma that they've been through, and some people may not know that that's what it is. So they may not think
Right.
of it because in their mind, that's just the way it is. So a lot of times you hear people say, well, I'm just this way. This is just how I am. I can't be this way because of this, that, or whatever reason. And so you have to think that, the way who you are is built. You don't come the way you are. You learn how to be who you are based on things that you go through. So you have to address that some of the things that you have gone through have not been healthy.
Mm-hmm.
So doing that definitely helps to build healthy relationships. Taking the time to get to know people, because a lot of people jump into relationships and don't take the time to even get to know people. So, and I mean, I've done it in the past, so I speak from experience. But you have to get to a point where you have to understand that the purpose of dating is for you to get to know this person, to see if this is somebody you would even want to be in a relationship with. Because half the time you jump into things and you find out this is somebody you don't want to be around anyway. But if you're taking the time to actually get to know them and date them, you would have probably figured that out a little bit sooner. And then, making sure you're paying attention to red flags that pop up. Because I think part of the problem is that red flags pop up and some of us pretend as if we don't see them or that's not what it is. So, and I've told this story before that there's this girl that I know, she used to always tell me that, she prays to God to send her this person. And then there was a person she was in a relationship with who was just not a good guy. And she used to tell me, I asked God to show me if he's the right one for me. And he would do something that Stevie Wonder could see was a big ass red flag. And she would just still stick with the person. And I feel like people ask for things, but then when you get it, it's almost like you don't think that's what it is. And so I feel like at some point, because, God shows us things about people. He shows us things. And so what happens is I think the people that ask, give me these signs, all the different things, and God shows you things, sometimes people say, well, I don't think that's the sign that I asked for. Let me go ahead and keep this going. Because if it's the right sign, he's going to give me a sign. I feel like God at some point says, you know what? I done gave you a bunch of signs, but obviously you're not trying to pay attention. So you go ahead and handle that on your own. Let me know how it works out for you. So, and then what happens is, you end up in a situation that you knew you shouldn't have been in, but, some people just don't. So
consequences.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
exactly. So, but yeah, I just think, being friends overall is a big, big thing. Taking the time to get to know people, because there's a lot that you can learn about somebody, and there's some people that sorry, there's some people that they date people for a long period of time, and then they get married, and then the same things that were going on before you got married are happening. And my question is, what made you think that getting married was going to make everything change? Like, you see things about people, and this is not just about, even if it's not a marriage, even with friends, people that you consider family, there's always things that people show you about themselves, and your job is to pay attention. And sometimes you don't pay attention. So the thing is that everything we go through is meant to be a lesson. And if we don't pass the test, we're going to have to go through that lesson again and again and again until we pass the test. So when it comes to, healthy ways, it's about, accountability. It's about communication. It's about understanding how the other person communicates, because sometimes they don't communicate the way we do. And if you don't take the time to understand that, then you may misinterpret something to be something that's not what it is. So it's about understanding that people communicate differently. So understand how that person communicates so that you can understand what they're saying or doing when they do communicate with you, and vice versa. And then just understanding, like, I really believe in the whole love language thing. I really do, because I believe that people show love in different ways. And so just because it's the way that you show love doesn't mean that's the way someone else does. So it's about understanding. So that's another thing, like, taking the time to really intentionally understand other people and not making assumptions about who you think somebody is. Because I think a lot of people just don't take the time to do that. And accountability. When you're wrong, you're wrong. Take accountability for that. And a lot of people are not willing to do that. So, but like I said, I go back to the whole trauma thing, because when you don't address trauma, it affects your life, every part of your life. And until you address that, things are not going to get any better for you. So, so there's so many different ways there's so many healthy ways that you can build healthy relationships, but a lot of people are not willing to do that because it takes work. Building healthy relationships takes work. And let's be honest, people is lazy and people not trying to put in the work. So if you're not trying to put in the work, that healthy relationship is not going to be real anyway.
Right, right. Well, thank you for answering like both number 1 and 2 at the same time, First Lady Tammy. I appreciate that.
No problem.
Okay, so I had Amy, as promised, I had your opinion in queue, and I know it's going to be a long read, so bear with me. I personally think the problem with the lack of friendship between male and female, I think it's a big lack of empathy along both sides. This applies to mostly Western culture, where both sides have drawn a line in the sand, and they don't want to have empathy with one another and have this preconceived ideas mostly passed down by older and jaded / bitter male and women that kind of poison the younger generation. All right, let's kind of dissect this movement, because I know, like I said, it was a long read, so let me try to comprehend it real quick. So when he or she says the problem lack of friendship is lack of empathy for both sides. Okay, kind of seeing like how does it feel to be a woman, how does it feel to be a man, what do they go through. Okay, and then the other part is like mostly because of Western culture on both sides. So, and when it comes to other relationships, you have generations of hurt people that's passing down advice that comes from an emotional place and a hurt place as well. Salutes to Partly Cloudy 420. Thank you for tuning in. He says, Mimsy, much love, peace, and blessings, Tammy. He says to you. All right. So, and salutes to the chat land. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. Okay. Now, yeah, that was definitely like a lot, Amy, and thank you for sharing that, because I definitely agree to you on that part. Now, whether I agree if it's part of Western culture, maybe. What you think, Mimsy?
I think I live under a rock, and so I have no idea what any other culture is like.
Yeah.
But I do know that there is nothing like a woman scorned. Okay. So you scorn that woman, she gonna let you know. She gonna let generations know, and generations know, and generations know. Like I said, proper communication is important. Keep our feelings to ourselves, keep our relationships to ourselves. Don't bring the kids into it. They don't know any better.
That's a good point. Let me read this real quick from Noel. He says friendship and friend zone are two different things. Friend zone equals being used by the other person. Friendship is mutual. I like that. That's why I had to highlight that part, because I think that's where like a lot of us get things mixed up, because there's nothing wrong with having friendships with the opposite gender. As a man, hey, I feel like if you have a lot of lady friends, hey, continue on enjoying those type of relationships. But I guess like and I guess this is where people draw the line at. I guess they feel like when you get rejected once and then they put you in that friend category, and they feel like automatically you're going to get used. Because now she's using your non-sexual attention. Now you're still doing things for her as you treating her like a girlfriend, and you have an emotional connection. but nothing intimate will ever be implemented. So that's where the term friend zone is coming from. What do you think, First Lady Tammy?
I think the friend zone thing is just funny to me. I just think it's funny to me. And I feel like if there is not an interest there, like move on. Like allowing yourself to be put in the friend zone with the hope that it'll be something more, you're setting yourself up to get disappointed, because it's a possibility that it might be more, but it's also a possibility that it won't be. And it's also a possibility that she's not going to see whatever it is that who you are and what you bring. So to be in the friend zone with this idea that, I'm going to keep doing these things, I mean, you're just setting yourself up to get your feelings hurt. Go back to that comment, that big, long thing real quick. I just want to look at something on there real quick.
The one where she says draw the line?
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm like Minji as far as I don't know what happens in other cultures, saying that it's mostly Western culture. So this is the thing is, I feel like in order to make that statement, you should have a very, very concrete idea about every other culture out there to know that it's mostly Western culture. When you've only dealt with Western culture, then you may think that's what it is. So when you've only dealt with one thing, in your mind, this must be what it is because I haven't seen anything else. So I mean, I think that when it says that preconceived ideas about that are passed down by older and jaded, I do think things are passed down by jaded people and older people as well. I mean, there's just so many different negative mentalities that a lot of the older generation have. Like, I mean, for instance, where family says, we need to keep it in the family. Don't tell anybody outside of the house. Things like that are things that are detrimental. So that's where you have where family secrets become a thing, because people don't want to take anything from what happened inside the house and tell anybody else. So you have things like that. You have it where, parents do certain things and then there is no apology because in their mind, I was just doing what I knew how to do. So in my mind, I'm not going to apologize because I just did what I thought was the right thing to do, rather than even having that empathy even on that end to understand where your child is coming from. I think that when it comes to just relationships, whether it's someone you're dating, whether it's somebody you're friends with, I think empathy is something that not a lot of people have just in general. So that's why you have it where when you're going through something and somebody says, well, see, if you would have just listened to me, if you would have just did, and the thing is that when somebody is going through something, that's not what they want to hear. I mean, yeah, they probably should have listened to you, but in that particular time, that's not what they need to hear. And some people, they like to do that. They like to just, let you know, well, I was right, you were wrong. And you're not having any type of empathy for what that person is going through. I mean, if it's a matter of this is somebody who's going through the same thing that they've been complaining about, I mean, at some point, maybe you just need to be an ear rather than a voice. So, and I've had friends like that in the past. They were in a relationship with a person who I could see was not a good person. And, in the very beginning, I would try to, say certain things. But after that, like, I just was listening. I'm not going to tell you anything because you're not going to listen to me anyway. So I'm just listen to what you say and let you get everything off your chest and just leave it at that. Because, some people have to learn things on their own, and no matter what you say, people are going to do what they want to do anyway. So, when it comes to the whole jaded with the people bringing their kids into stuff, people staying in relationships because they have kids together. I mean, all that stuff is traumatic and not okay. That people have this idea that, the kids don't know what's going on just because you don't actually tell them. The kids are more perceptive than adults give them credit for. So kids see things and know things, even if you haven't specifically said anything to them. And that's why you hear when people get older, like, oh, well, we knew what was going on. our parents didn't tell, but we knew what was going on because they did, and adults don't give them credit. So, I think adults just in general don't give kids enough credit, even when it comes to their behavior and the things that they do. And you have these not clueless parents, but delusional parents that act like their kids just ain't doing stuff. So, even at the school I work at, like I'm one of 2 Black teachers at the school, and so you have a lot of the Black parents that will pull the race card. They will say, "Oh, you're doing this because my kid is Black," and it's like I've seen these kids. Like I've seen these kids. Like it ain't got nothing to do with the fact that your child is Black. It got to do with the fact that your child is bad as hell, and it's about facing the fact that your child is bad as hell. And so the thing that irritates me is that once again, there's no accountability. There is no accountability. So you do have these people that are jaded. She's mad at the dad, so she don't want the kids to be with the dad or around the dad's family. And it's not because he's a dangerous person. It's not because she really has a valid reason for the child to not be with the dad. It's just because she's mad at him. So in her mind, I'm going to keep the child away from him. And then you have it the other way around. He's mad at her. And, and that's the thing. Like I said, when it comes to kids, there's people that are not focused on the kids. They're focused on other things. And that's where that problem comes in. When it comes to, being friends, you have some people that are friend zoned. And like I said, I laugh about stuff like that because when you are in the friend zone, you are there with the hope that things will change, that one day she'll see how amazing you are, and all of a sudden she's thinking you're right. But I mean, why would you want to be with somebody anyway that it took them so long to see what kind of person you are when they didn't see it all along? So yeah, the whole jaded, all that kind of stuff, I do agree with that. But as far as it being mostly Western culture, I can't necessarily say that because I don't know what the other cultures are like. I don't know what it's like, what they do in other places. So
yeah, that I definitely agree to you on that one because you don't really, if you haven't been out there, you can't really have an opinion and say like, well, Western culture is this because these cultures are that. Now, I do have to bring up another guest. Okay, sometimes his truth is never in his favor, but does it really matter? No, because it's not going to be in your favor to begin with. He's all about the truth, righteousness, justice, and fall, and good fun. What's up, Truth? How you doing, bro?
What's good, brother? How you loving he's doing this evening?
We're doing pretty good.
Good, thank you.
Good. Just came up here, haven't rocked out with you guys in a while. I don't know why I keep missing y'all shows. Like I had to click on the thing. I'm usually on par with it. So I made sure I saw something pop up. Made sure I came over here or whatever. So.
Hey, no problem, Truth. The moment I saw you, I was like, yo, let me go ahead and drop the link for the homie, so we could get like a mixed crowd in here. So of different opinions to it. So I'm glad that you're here. As always, we're all about like, just healthy solutions. And tonight's topic is how to build healthy relationships and avoid divorce. Now, don't take my words as a grain of salt because these are just opinions and then just questions and whatever comes to mind, even within the chat themselves. Whatever works just works, I'll just say. But for the number 3, Truth, is Western culture to blame for the we were just talking about that, Tammy.
So what happened to the what was the first 2 questions? Did I miss those?
Yeah, I know we have to move on to the next one, but what? Okay. I'll tell you what. I'll give the number 1 question, but we're gonna skip number 2 and 3 because that's we already debunked Western culture. But number 1 is, in your opinion, are there healthy ways to build a healthy relationship?
Yes. I've shared some of my experiences, and a lot of reasons why my relationship, well, a couple of them didn't end successfully, was because of my immaturity. It really could have worked out, especially with my children's moms. I
Right.
think if I was the man I am growing into today, I definitely would have married one of them, because they, prior to us being together and everything like that, after we split up, then a lot of things changed, and I realized how much you can impact somebody's life as much as they actually will start to evolve into someone else. So there
Okay.
are healthy ways. A lot of us grow up in the dysfunction, so we think you have to argue with your spouse or your
Mm.
significant other, and you really don't. And the first time I had experienced this was with my brother and his wife. You know, they for like a year, they have never, from what I've witnessed, they never raised their voice at each other, and they never cursed at each other. I never seen nothing like this in my life, because I grew around chaos. And we tend to think this can't never happen, but they, for some reason, know how to, when they disagree. Like, you can tell when somebody disagree and it's tension in the air and everything like that. But it never got to the point where she came out of her character or he came out of his character, or when he said, "Okay, enough is enough," and he made it clear, she immediately like shut that down. And then she wasn't. She was a little antsy about it, but it wasn't to the point of the whole day was like destroyed. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, and what I've realized, there are different levels when it comes to your relationship with God that people don't understand. And when you can really understand that it's really about your individualistic relationship intimately between y'all two, they both do not want to disobey him so much that it affects the relationship to that extent that they won't go out of character with each other. It was a beautiful thing to see. So, most importantly, I mean, it starts with God, man. And I know it's a running cliche with Christians and everything like that, or people that love, people that worship God and everything, but it really does. And for the first time, I seen it work. So that right there, I know I can have that if I become what I need to become. You feel what I'm saying?
No, no, I definitely feel you on that one. I think most of us would probably agree to that. What you think, ladies?
I mean, I would agree to that. I mean, so I find it interesting because I do agree with what Truth says as far as, when you grow up in a certain environment, you think that's all that there is. And I feel
Mm-hmm.
like what people have to do is you have to intentionally try to seek out something different. You have to see if there is something different out there, because this is not just your world. There is a bigger world than just you. So you have to seek out to see if there's something different. So even if you grow up in a certain environment, see if there's something other than that. That's why you have a lot of people that say that they don't believe in marriage, because they've never seen a successful one. Well, just because you haven't seen a successful one doesn't mean there aren't successful ones out there. So for me, like I'm not married yet, but I know quite a few couples that are married. They've been married for some of them over 20 years, a lot of them over 10 years. In fact, I don't think any couple that I know that's married has been married for less than 10 years. It's 10 years and above. And so I talk to them about their marriage and what makes their marriage work. And so I think you have to seek things out. If you want to see something different, you need to intentionally look to find something different. So, and I feel like some people are not willing to do that because some people are so stuck in their ways and they don't believe that something else is out there. So, but if you want to see if something's out there, sometimes you need to go find it. So, yeah, the environment that you grow up in definitely has an effect on your perception about different things. Even like as a parent, the way that you were raised can not saying that it will, but can determine what kind of parent you will be. So if you were raised in a house where you were constantly getting whoopings and all kinds of other things, you can either choose to be that kind of parent or you can choose to do things differently. So even with my daughter, I don't raise her the way that I was raised. There's things that my mother did in raising me that I didn't agree with. So when I became a parent, I made the choice not to do those things. So, that's the thing. It is about choices and it is about accountability. Like at some point, you can't blame how you were raised on certain things because you can make different choices. And some people are not willing to make those different choices because once again, it comes down to accountability. And not everybody's willing to take accountability. So.
Okay. MMC, what's your thoughts? And thank you for sharing that, Tammy.
I stand by my statement. Communication, very important. I wanted to take a look. I wanted to take a look at question 3 real quick because it did say Western culture, but I think it was about divorce. And I don't know if it's to blame or not. I don't think it's to blame, but I do believe that it is rigged, and it is rigged pro-divorce. All this system that we're living in, this whole America that we're living in, with all of the benefits that women can get by leaving their man, just the whole system, I think, is absolutely rigged towards broken marriages and broken households. Is it to blame? I don't know. I think that's a little bit too much credit given to Western culture.
But I'm glad that you kind of caught on to that part because I didn't really catch on to the divorce rate if that was the rise of it. Go ahead, Tammy.
I was gonna say so. Here's my thing: is when it comes to being married, a lot of people prepare for the wedding but don't prepare for the marriage. I think that is what is a big reason for divorce is because when it comes to the wedding, you make all these plans. You pick the day, you got the dress, you pick out the people you want involved, you do the little seating chart, you make sure you know what food is gonna be there, you know what music is, you know what song you're gonna be dancing to, all these different things. You are very, very particular when it comes to your wedding because you don't want there to be any mistakes. You want everything to run smoothly. And so when it comes to the wedding, yeah, that's your thing. But when it comes to marriage, do you really take the time to think about what it takes to be married for the long term? Do people really take time to think about what does it take to be married for the long term? Because divorce is not something you should be aiming for. When you should understand that this is meant to be a lifelong thing. There's a reason why they say till death do you part. There's a reason why that's in there. There's a reason why they say through sickness and health. And I think that even
for better or worse.
Right, for better or worse, like people just don't, even like those vows, like do you really take the time to think about what that means when it says through sickness and in health, better and worse till death do you part? Like, do you really understand what that means? And that's the thing is that people do not prepare. Like, that's why they have marriage counseling. That's why they have premarital counseling. That's why they have all these things that people don't take advantage of. And I think that if people took advantage of those things, if people actually took the time to really prepare for that marriage, I think that would help for the divorce rate to go down. Like I said, preparing for the wedding, you're very particular to down how much it's going to cost, what songs you're going to play, what song you're going to dance to, who you want there, who you don't want there, who you want standing by you, who you don't want. I mean, just every little detail. You pay attention to every single detail to make sure that everything is done the way it needs to be done. So that's the perfect day. That's one day. The marriage is not one day. So you prepared better for that one day than you did for the rest of your life. What kind of crazy mess is that? That's just backwards to me.
What if I told you that a wedding was unnecessary?
Oh, of course it is.
What if we brought it to the world's attention that you didn't actually need any of that and you would still have a happy marriage?
Oh, of course.
What about that? What if you could actually take that money from all of that glam, and instead of spending it and blowing it on a party to celebrate you, put it towards probably your house, probably, the whatever, the family.
Yep.
Children are expensive, people.
Yeah, that's so to get to the question, when we're talking about blame, I guess we're talking about the original source, and the original source of divorce is sin. You see what I'm saying? That's the original source. That's what has came into this world, created selfishness in our hearts, and that's where divorce comes from. Selfishness. Western culture, the way it's designed, is designed to produce money and to produce, glam and fame and to put on a show. It's a term I use, attention-seeking people pleasers. That's what this country is full of. And that's why everything has to be Snapchatted, social media, pictures everywhere. Some people can't even go a day without showing a picture of the same back shot, just with a different daggone monologue or status. But they'll show the same exact picture, probably different clothing, but the same position. They can't go one day without doing that. One day. So to bring that with the situation about divorce, we are like how they was talking about the wedding. The wedding is really for the individuals to come and celebrate with y'all. It has nothing to do with the two spouses. Y'all vows and coming together, that's for y'all and God right there. That's the union. That's it. Once y'all approach that altar together, that's it for you guys. Now, the celebration, the food and everything, that's for the people to come and celebrate that. Correct. That is not, it's not necessary. It shouldn't even be mandatory. But a lot of people are looking for, memorial, memorable things. And it's nothing wrong with that. If you understand, that's not what I signed. That's not the reason why we're coming together.
Thank you.
We're coming together for the sake of the union. We're coming together for the sake of the covenant, the representation of God. That's why we're coming together. If we're coming together because of that, then yes, I want you guys to celebrate the fact that we're taking a step out here. We're taking a step out on faith. We're in this to the end. You're coming to be, hopefully the people there are for the union. And a lot of people ain't for the union. They're coming to support this person. They're coming to support the groom, and they're coming to support the bride. But they're not in support of the actual union itself. And that's what people are supposed to be coming there. Hey, we're with you guys because we're going to make sure that y'all stick this out to the end. This is not a joke. It's not a game. There's no such thing. We not even divorce is void in our minds. Like my father said, he says, I hate divorce. There always supposed to be a situation where reconciliation is supposed to be available. That's what he represents. He represents marriage. You see what I'm saying? When Jesus got hit in the side and everything, and by the spear, that's when the church was birthed. And that was the consummation of marriage for us when we came together with God that day. And that's how we're supposed to be represented to this day.
Right. Before we continue, I gotta bring in this. She's special. Like in our hearts, she's always a returning guest. She brings the kings down. We're for queens, I guess. And she's from Queens too, though. So don't get it twisted. So let me go ahead and bring in none other than, Queen Forever 2K.
What's
and
up,
beyond.
guys? What's up, ladies?
What's up? What's up?
Tammy.
Bye.
2K.
Yo,
What's
that
up?
was an
What's
epic
up?
intro.
Thank you. I'm
It
trying,
was all
though.
right. It was all right.
Yeah, don't be hating now.
M3
All
can
right.
do better, but it's all good.
Yeah, Queen. Thank you for tuning in.
Of course.
And just to let you know, what's today's topic?
I
It's
know
called
today's
"How to
topic.
Build Healthy Relationship and Avoid Divorce." Just in case if you didn't know that. So,
I read the thumbnail today. Okay, I paid attention. All right.
all right.
So what you got for me? What question?
You know what? First, I want you to answer these two questions. And Truth, thank you for sharing, by the way. What I say? Are there healthy ways to build a healthy relationship? And is Western culture to blame for the rise of divorce or of the divorce rate?
I think there are healthy ways to build healthy relationships, but in order to build a healthy relationship, you yourself have to do the work individually, because what you build is what you bring, and who you are is who you are. And if you don't deal with who you are, you just bring the baggage and the hurt from other relationships. I'm not saying it's perfect, because no relationship's perfect. Nobody's perfect. But just doing the work. So I think there are healthy ways.
Yeah.
Give yourself time. Give yourself time to self-explore find out what you like. Because I think a lot of people just want to be attached to someone. They don't even know what they like. They don't even know who they are. And some people just can't live without being in a relationship. That's why they jump from one relationship to the next. And they don't ever give themselves time to heal and really deal with what happened. And you said, what was the other one?
The other one is the number 3 question. But hold on, before I get to
No,
number
you said
3.
something about divorce.
Huh? Well,
Your
yeah, the number 3.
2. Oh, number 3.
Yeah. We
No,
skipping
Western
2 because
culture ain't the reason divorce is happening. People are the reason divorce is happening. Divorce happens everywhere. People,
right.
just because you haven't signed the paper, people check out in their hearts every day, no matter where you are. And once you check out in your heart, you have officially, emotionally divorced that person. You're just there.
Absolutely.
So you're there in the physical, but you're not there. So to me, that's a divorce. When you check out. So yeah.
Thank you, Queen. Now hold on real quick, right? Now hold on, Mr. Bessemer. I gotta give you an introduction. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna have to ask you to go out to the door real quick, so then I can bring you back in.
Okay.
So,
Oh, I guess I had a key today. I didn't need the doorbell.
You see, you dropped the key. He picked it up, and then he opened the door because he's like, okay, who dropped the key? But thank you for returning the key, Mr. Best. So, anyways, now without further ado, this guy is not only just the best in the world, okay? This guy is also one of the most intellectual human beings, okay? Especially in the non-shame relationships YouTube platform, which is also as known as the Mr. Intellectual Soapbox. But for now, we're gonna give him a warm welcome. Maybe a cup of Joe if he wants some. Roll down the red carpet. You know what I mean? And maybe Queen might, fix him up with a hot meal. So let's welcome in Mr. Best in the World.
And Truth. Queen. Minzy. Tammy Texas Michael. M3. I am here. What's going on, y'all? It's Mr. Best in the World. I'm here, man. Some people love me. Some people call me their favorite a-hole. But listen, I am here. I am here.
84.
I am here. You know what I mean? And I got a show coming up about this. And the truth was good, baby. I got a show coming up too about this whole subject about a-holes and stuff like that. We got a subject coming, and it was inspired. It was inspired by my good sister and friend, First Lady Tammy. For Lady Tammy, thank you yet again for giving me inspiration. I appreciate you. I truly appreciate you. Like she don't even know. Like when she told me that, I was like, man, I'm about to get my dad on the phone. I'm about to bring all these people up to prove, you know what I'm saying, what an a-hole really is. But you know what? M3 says, you know what? He wanted to be a part of the show too. So I said, M3, I'm going to switch it up specifically for you. But I still kind of want to do my thing just to kind of prove a point. But in the same instance, M3, you're all right, dog. I'm going to keep it the way it is, baby. Let's rock and roll. What's the question?
All right. Hold on, wait, Mr. Best Bro. Before we answer the question, I got to give a shout out to the people who just got up in here.
Yeah.
AR returning back. He says, hit the like button. That's right. Make sure you get the likes up, y'all.
What's good, AR?
And then Be Easy, that dude. He says the demonetization of masculinity.
The demonization.
Demonization. I meant. See, I'm messing up. The demonization of masculinity in combination with toxic feminism and sexual deliberation have led to the demise of relationships. Okay. See, the emojis don't really come out the way how it comes on the stream or Marion. But moments with Mickey Red. You do now.
Hey,
do you now? Oh, do you now? Do you now? Okay. See, why I'm reading my words backwards now? See, this is what happens when you spend like a good hour reading for so long. Okay. Thank you for tuning in, Mr. Best. Let me find out.
What you trying to find out, Mickey? I don't understand what she means.
Do you now?
I don't know. She got to clarify her statement, but I'm here. I'm listening. Let me know what you're talking about. I'm here, sister. What's up?
All right.
M3 drunk. I've actually seen that in person, but yeah, I'm not gonna talk about that. You know what I mean?
I've never been drunk, all right? I'm alcohol tolerant. But shout outs to the panel and the people on chat. You did. So big Rich.
I'm laughing at everything I'm looking at right now. No, Mickey, no. I am not. Hey, I'm not. I mean, it depends on who you ask, I guess, right? Depends on who you ask. But nah, I'm not. I have enough evidence to clarify my statement. You know what I mean? But M3 wants to take a different road of proving why he is why. Why you smiling like that? He wants the award. I was about to take it and be like, nah, give me that award, man. I need it.
Exactly. It makes me smile when someone calls me an asshole, though. I don't know why. It just, if I wasn't black, my cheeks would be rosy.
Oh, damn.
That says, if I recall, you was telling me to chill out. Oh, okay.
No, we ain't telling you to chill out. Say what you got to say, girl. We here. What up?
I think she's ready to give you some smoke, but hold on.
I guess so. I mean,
let's not derail from this conversation, right? So Mr. Best, I'm gonna let you answer number one. We kind of already got with 2 and 3 already, but I want you to answer number one, and then we're gonna lead up to number 4. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
What's your opinion about number one? Are there healthy ways to build healthy relationships?
Oh yeah, of course. But understand, even if you build it, as you know in 3, and we've talked about this, the fires of life is going to test your relationship. It's just going to happen, and when it happens, you got to be prepared for it. You know what I mean? So, and sometimes you don't know how to prepare for certain things, because at times you just don't know. It'd be easy. That dude was funny. She said, "Nah, no smoke." love you, sis. Much love. Yeah. Be easy, love you too, bro. I love that.
He said, "Assholes lies, man."
Hey, M3, we're gonna talk about that later. I'm not gonna say that because I don't want anybody to do anything. But yeah. With that being said, yes, there are healthy ways to build a a healthy relationship. You know what I'm saying? And it's about communication. It's about setting standards, morals, boundaries around what you want your relationship to be like. But understand those things may change because people change. And in that, as long as you communicate and as long as you're willing to, um, as long as you're willing to give as much as you're willing to receive, and you also got to have a level of time where you compromise. All those things, you know what I mean. All those things matter. You know what I mean. I think that also, we also have to give each other, grace. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes, a person may not be on the level you want them to be on. You may be like, oh, man, I feel like you should feel this way. I should feel like you feel that way. But sometimes they don't. You know what I mean? And that's all right. Like, you just gotta meet people where they at, man. You know what I mean? And it takes time to get to that point. You know what I mean? It takes time to get to that. But it has to be where you are willing to put the work in. Relationships are work, okay, at times, and the work you put in, you will reap the benefits of that work. You know what I mean? But also you got to be honest too. In a healthy relationship, it also requires honesty, right? You know what I mean? And in that honesty, you got to say, you know what? This is what I'm willing to put up with. This is what I'm not willing to put up with, and go from there. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes in a relationship, as I always say, you can't be afraid to go, but you can't also be afraid to stay. You know what I mean? And you always got to do what's best for that person and what's best for you. You know what I mean? That's it. That's my opinion. That's only my perspective. It's not. I'm not sitting up here being a relationship guru. So please don't try to clip what I said and say that I'm telling you how to have relationships, because I'm not.
Yeah, I've already noted that numerous times. Like, look, I'm not a relationship guru, but for some reason she stole my thunder. Keep calling me like a relationship a love doctor. So I was like, all right, if you need my prescriptions, I'll give it to you, but don't be mad. Like, if you get the side effects, that's all I gotta say. So get off me, girl. Anyway, all right, number 4. Has social media been a blessing or a curse to modern relationships? Mr. Best, do you wanna answer that first? Because I know you just came in.
No,
Or
I could fade to the background. I could be last. It's all good.
Okay, no problem. Let me read this. Communication, compassion, cooperation, compromise. Otherwise, you'll be in dismise. And then you shouldn't be in a relationship operating from a place from fear. Intellectual love, girl.
That's not me, man. For real, that ain't me at all, bro.
All right. Let's see. Tammy, are you here or are you doing something right now?
I'm here.
Okay. Has social media been a blessing or curse to modern relationships?
It's a curse if you allow it to be, because you choose what you post on social media. So if you choose to post all your business about your relationship, you have to understand that everybody's going to have an opinion, and it might not be an opinion that you like. So, that's why you have where some people post, one day things are great, the next day things are not great. And then they get mad when somebody has something to say. But the reality is you gave them that information. So had you not given that information, that would have been fine. So, I know some couples that social media kind of did some things. And I know other couples that they've been married and they don't really post a whole lot of stuff on social media. Well, let me say they don't post a bunch of negative stuff. They post really nice stuff, both of them. So I think that it can be a blessing, but it can also be a curse. But like I said, it's a curse if you allow it to be. And the thing is about choosing what you post and understand that when you put it out there, it's out there. And knowing that when you post something, everybody's going to have an opinion, and it's not always going to be an opinion that you like.
Okay. Hold on for just 1 second, Tammy. Okay,
we got somebody at the door.
So we have a well, he's not.
We're not allowing no more guests over for dinner.
No. You may not be having no more guest hosts for dinner, but we are still open, girl. We don't have a full panel yet, so we still
Tell
open.
them to come back another
Listen,
Sunday.
listen. I'm trying to introduce our guest, please. Please, Queen. Please relax for a second. Calm yourself. This brother definitely, you know what I mean. He definitely, you know what I mean, has the rigs that make him slap. You know what I'm saying? He into the cars, man. I see him. He out here moving the vehicles. You know what I mean? And he shows you different vehicles on his IG, man. You gotta subscribe to this brother IG, man. The cars that he shows are phenomenal, man. You see the candy paint, you see the hydraulics, you see all that. All right, the brother got it down packed, man. Gotta bring in my brother, Big Rig Slaps. What's going on, brother?
Oh man, I appreciate that, man. That was a hell of an introduction, man.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. How you doing, bro? Good to see you, man.
I'm doing real good, man. I had to come through one time, man.
Most definitely.
Come up on the panel, man. Y'all got a nice little topic, so yeah, man. I'm here, man.
Yeah.
Good.
Bricks.
Shout out to everybody on the panel, man. Mimsy, shout out to you. Shout out to Truth. Shout out to Queen. Shout out to M3, Mr. Best. You know what it is.
Yeah.
First,
What's going on, baby?
Yes, definitely. Shout outs to you, my brother, man. Like, you always been coming around here, man, giving us like your support. Man, I still got like a screenshot of our conversation, in a YouTube community tab. It's people like you, man, that helps keep us going, and so we always appreciate like your unconditional like love and support, man, when you come up to like the channels and stuff. So appreciate you, my brother, man.
I could dig it, man. Y'all keep me going. You feel me? So I appreciate it.
Definitely, bro.
Big Rig, since you're here, right? I'm always going to ask, like, any like body that comes up to the panel, the number one question, because I feel like that is like the most important questions before we even continue the rest of it. Now, the number one is: are there healthy ways to build a healthy relationship?
That's kind of. I would say yes, but at the same time, man, you can have a hell of a good relationship in the beginning, healthy, the whole nine, and for some reason, it could just turn south. You know what I'm saying? So it's just kind of hard, man, with that one. But I do. There's so many steps you could take, man, and having a healthy relationship with the communication. You know what I'm saying? And just really being there for each other and whatnot. But for some reason, sometimes that ends up not being enough. So that's kind of my answer on that. But overall, yes.
Okay. All right. Thank you for sharing that. Now, for number 4, which we're currently on, has social media been a blessing or a curse to modern relationships? What do you think about that, Big Ricks?
I think that social media has been a blessing because I personally can say, like, I met my son's mom on social media, I guess you could say, old school MySpace. But I say it's a curse too because I feel that social media played a big part in my relationship not going so well. It wasn't because I was doing anything that was wrong, but more of the fact that I think there was more of an issue that I'm more out there. And if I guess a woman wanted to get at me, she was accessible to me, I guess, which just didn't make any really sense to me because I'm not out there trying to get at any woman or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? So, but the curse was kind of like, that was a problem. You know what I'm saying? But when I came on to social media, I came on more kind of branding myself with the music thing. You know what I'm saying? I'm a producer. So like I was more branding myself, not really getting on social media to post pictures and just be like, rah, rah, rah. So it can be a curse, man. I know a lot of people, like I got a lot of partners that, they even the guys, I'm not putting it just on the women, because even the guys, man, they women, of course, men are gonna be in the DMs and trying to get at them and all that type of stuff. And then the men, they feel a certain way about that. You know what I'm saying? If you got a beautiful woman, I mean, it's gonna kind of come with the territory. You don't need social media for that. You can be walking in the streets and you got a nice looking woman, somebody gonna be
And
looking.
vice versa. If you have a handsome man, a good man,
Yeah.
Oh no. Oh, absolutely. And that's the thing. Like with me, being the man, it was more like as if I'm like some type of Denzel Washington or something out there, and like all the women are trying to get me, is how she was kind of trying to put it. You know what I mean? And that was nowhere near the case. So I mean, that's how I feel it could be a curse in that way, but I feel it could be good because a lot of people have met the person that they with on social media. It's almost it's the new norm, which sounds crazy, but it's almost the new norm in meeting somebody is pretty much on social media.
Damn. Yeah, definitely tell me about that, because I hate to admit it, because see, Big Rigs, like I'm old school, like building relationships, man. I did without social media, and so having to try to adapt to the social media world, like it's very interesting, because you never know who you'll end up meeting with. But I will say this though: the good part about social media is that, man, we're here with you guys, and that's the biggest blessing. Now, Mimsy Limbs, I'm gonna cue you in next for this one, right? Because I remember when we first met. I know we did the emo thing because social media wasn't really a huge thing for you. Matter of fact, I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like you kind of hated social media a little bit because it had its cons to it. And now, like, you have, um, you know, like your IG, like you get things set up for your YouTube channel. Oh, hold on for 1 second. Hold that thought, MMC. All right, somebody's ringing the doorbell right now.
Yeah, man.
I don't know if that's J. Cole or not, but
I don't know who it is, man. But I'm gonna
yeah.
just say this: this homie, he's definitely easy. He's definitely the homie. He's definitely that dude, man. Got to bring in our brother, man. And I love his perspective. Yoda keeps it raw and real, man. You know what I mean? Got to bring in the homie. Be easy, that dude. What's up, brother?
Be easy.
What's happening?
It's good with
Look to
y'all.
you, my brother.
What's going on, bro?
Not too much, man. Thank you for always tuning in, man, and supporting the channel. And bro, man, you be on fire, man, with these deep, questions that you be having, bro. So sometimes, man, I don't even get a chance to catch up to answer every question, but every question that you always ask, man, is always validated. So thank you for always tuning in, man.
Word.
I appreciate that, man. Thanks for y'all giving different types of content, and I see that you guys try to steer away from all of the YouTube theater and drama, so that's mainly why I tune in, because it's a surplus of that going around in the YouTube street, so you could overdose on the drama, and I got better things to do.
Right,
deal with
right. Yeah. Which is why we always got to put the rules up now, because we got to make people, be aware of this. Let me go over the panel rules, and then Mimsy, I'm going to go back to number 4 with you. But, we're almost at a full panel, so probably in the next question, we might have to put a timer up there. But for now, just pay attention to the timer. If you see a timer, when the buzzer goes off, which will be this one right here, okay, you will be muted. One mic at all times. Stay muted when it's not your turn. Don't mention anyone's names, even if it's subliminal. Doing so will get you kicked out. But you guys are respectable people. I just had to put that disclaimer out there anyways, just so people won't be like, damn, Knowledge, you're a cold mother freaker. Anyways. All right, Memsi. Sorry about that. So basically, for number 4, Has social media been a blessing, or is it still like a curse to modern relationships?
I might have to leave you guys on a cliffhanger because my bambino is stirring. But all right, I'll leave you on a cliffhanger. I'll be back.
No problem. I'll get back to you on number 4. But be easy. Since you are here, I'm going to start with number 1 for everyone. Excuse me. Are there healthy ways to build a healthy relationship?
Yeah, absolutely. Most of the panelists, from what I heard, I just literally got in, so I didn't hear everyone answer. I think I heard Mr. Best, Big Red answer, but also the
Mhm.
comment that I put up is simplistic, but it's deeper than that, right? Communication, right? We just throw that out there, communication, and we like everyone could agree with that. But are people even really communicating? They're not. I know people now, due to the thought culture, sexual liberation culture, whatever you want to call it. I know people
Mhm.
that have engaged in sexual acts and they don't even know this person's background. They barely know if the person got a middle name, last name, when is their birthday. Can we honestly say people are communicating? So
Mhm.
if you want to just if you want to just have a one night stands or you want to have the flings, that's one thing. But we're talking about relationships, so that means the standard changes, the rule, the parameters change. So you need to be having these deep conversations. You need to be asking, do you have kids? How many kids do you have already? Do you want more kids? Are we gonna act like most people are having these conversations? When are you having a conversation? A month, 2 months, 3 months? No, they barely even have had the conversation, and they've already engaged in sexual acts. So you could penetrate a person, physically, but not mentally, emotionally, or spiritually. So just on communication and alone, most people are dropping a ball right there. And they saying, oh, well, why is this relationship not working? This is a side of this person I never seen. Well, did you communicate about it? No, you just had some faith, delusions of grandeur that this person was going to be the dream person of your life. The Disney fairy tale that was just going to come to light. But had you had proper communication and vetted the person properly and appropriately, you would already know this person wasn't somebody I would want to move forward with, let alone procreate with. And then the compromise too, we're all compromising something. Somebody
Mhm.
may have to work a little bit more hours. Isn't that a compromise to me? I got to work extra hours to provide for my family. I'm compromising maybe my sanity, my time to spend with the fellas, my time to take the kids out. That's a compromise right there, but it's for the greater good. Even a woman, she might compromise her career to do what her ultimate job is and purpose is, to maybe be a mother, if that's what
Mhm.
she believes it is. That would be a compromise, right? To kind of push back a little bit on her pursuing her career, but it would be more rewarding anyways, because she would be raising her kids versus paying 5,000 to a daycare to raise your kid. So
Right.
communication, compromise, cooperation. Are we cooperating with each other, or are we competing with each other? A lot of people are competing with each other, trying to say, oh, well, you're the head, I'm gonna compete with that. You're supposed to cooperate with the head, not compete. how how am I going to be the quarterback of the team, but you're competing with the quarterback on the same team? I need you to cooperate to run the route so I could get you the ball right in the spot where you need to get the ball. And then it's like, if you're trying to compete with me, damn, do you want to play quarterback? So you don't want to play quarterback, and you don't want to cooperate, and we not communicating, and no one is compromising. And then people are like, why are relationships failing? We
Mhm.
maybe we could just put the 4C method, you know what I mean? And
Mhm.
compassion, have them compassion for each other too. We all going through something. We neglect our physical health, but more importantly than that, our mental health. Your mental health is
Mhm.
a direct product of how your physical health could be, but we just gloss over it, especially in our community. When it comes to mental health, it's just like, oh, he's crazy. right? So people are kind of apprehensive to even talk about their mental issues when we all got a little bit of something going on. People don't want to get judged, so they use all sorts of coping mechanisms, where it's sex, drugs, spending, gambling, but they never address the actual issue. So it's, all of those things. If people did more of that, just those things, I think the relationships would be healthier. But practicing those things, making it a ritual, I think will lead to healthier relationships. And you need relationships to build families. You need families to build communities. You need communities to have a productive society.
Right, right. I definitely agree with you. Like, if you practice like the 4 P's, the communication, the compassion, the cooperation, and the compromise, and thank you for like the way how you breaking it down, because it makes sense basically. It makes a whole lot of sense, like when you are implementing these 4 steps, especially the compassion part too. You never know what people is going through. Real quick, he's so hopeful. Yo, thanks for tuning in into the chat. What's the topic? The topic is, because I know like the ticker symbol keeps scrolling, is how to build healthy relationships and avoid divorce. So hold on, let me. Yeah, so definitely salute back to you. Yeah, excuse me. All right, people, let me see. All right, Truth, are you still here?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Has social media been a blessing or a curse?
Wouldn't call it a blessing.
Sophia?
I would just say like this is just evolution of it's the evolution of dating and the way the world is going. For me, the problem is the communication part. It has a lot of people hide behind texting and typing and things like that. You can't really hear the intent in their voice, whether they're angry or whether they're not. Sometimes you can, if you know the individual, you can see how they're texting and typing, then you can see, okay, yeah, I pretty much know, how you're going about this. But if it's
Wait,
a person,
I'm sorry, Truth. Hey,
Yes.
forgive me for interrupting you. Someone just got up in the panel. I gotta bring him in, and I'm gonna resume back to you. So
All right,
sorry
cool.
about that. Okay, my
All
bad.
right.
Okay, so sometimes life could get you down, or sometimes, man, life can help bring you some hope and peace or whatever. But this one man is always so hopeful, and that's why we had to bring this guy up in here. As soon as he rung it, well, he knocked because I don't have the doorbell right now. But let's go ahead and bring. He's so hopeful. What's up, my brother?
Hey, I appreciate that, man. Thank you for that warm welcome.
No, hey, anytime, man. Yeah. So, like I said, tonight is about how to build healthy relationships and avoid divorce. Before I get to you, Eso, I know Truth was talking. I'm gonna let him finish, and then after Truth, I'll let you answer like number 1, number 4.
I got you.
So, Truth, go ahead, man. Sorry again, bro.
No, that's good. That's good. Appreciate it. No, it's limiting our interactions of it's when we talk about personally. A lot of people rather talk over social media and DM and texting than to actually get to a face-to-face conversation. So a lot of the people that were, I guess, shy or, not really got the gall inside of them to approach females and anything, they will actually do it more so on here than anything. So in that manner, I guess it helped the confidence of a lot of other individuals. If you had problems, getting girls, some of the girls that you wouldn't even come in there. I mean, they wouldn't even allow you in their vicinity. You can go in their DM, stuff like that. So it's a little tricky. I mean, for me, it's more of a curse. because of my problematic tendencies in my past and everything like that. It caused me a lot more problems. But I can't blame that on nobody but myself. A lot of when I was out there doing my thing, a lot of the women they would actually contact my child's mom through social media, and the effort, I guess, to separate me from my home at that time, but they ain't understand that wasn't going to work, but they was willing to do whatever. So, if you out there doing wrong, then no, it's not good for you. But on other situations, yeah, it's brought a lot of relationships together. You got different relationship apps and things like that. Also, like Big Rig, a long time ago, I met my son mother. We knew each other. We actually went to school together, but we reacquainted on there when we went to high school. So that's how that happened about that situation. So it's a toss up. I'd rather not have it at all.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Truth. Okay, Eso, let me go ahead and pull up the number one question. Thank you for tuning in, by the way. Join the panel. Are there healthy ways to build a healthy relationship?
Of course, yeah, definitely. I feel like, if the relationship is based around, all healthy aspects of, like you said, communication, compromise, things like that, where it's not just all one way and you have balance, I think that's the best way for healthy communication and healthy relationships too. Like if say for instance, if you like come up around.
Uh-oh. Is it me? Esau. Can you hear me?
I think he cut out.
I think he's in the Matrix.
Oh man, all right. Oh, let's try this one more time. Esau, can you hear us? If you can hear us, type something in the private chat. But for some reason, you got cut off and you're muted.
Can you hear me?
Okay, yeah, I can hear you now. Okay. Let me see. Esau, is your mic working now? I'm hearing the sound, but I'm not hearing your voice. All right. All right. So, okay, Esau, we'll get back to you once we're able to hear you. Okay.
All right, yeah. I don't know what's up with my phone. It's like
okay, we can hear you now.
Oh, all right, yeah. It need to cool down, but yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, that was it for that question. As far as for building healthy relationships, you start with healthy, communication, everything open, being truthful. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Gotcha. All right. And then let me see. Are you able to answer, like, see, number 4?
Yeah, social media is a blessing and a curse. It's a gift and a curse. Like my man Truth was just saying, he was like, people were able to reach out, meet people that they wouldn't even have access to if it wasn't for social media. You know what I'm saying? So that could be good, that could be bad. You know what I'm saying? As far as for on a good side, you can reach people that you may have lost contact with.
Yeah. No, I definitely feel you on that one. Yeah, if you lost contact with somebody, social media is definitely a key to bring people in. I think he's trying to connect his phone again. Is your phone overheating? Oh, dang, he left. All right. He'll be back, hopefully. Okay, so let's go ahead and get to the number 4. Let me see. Queen, Has social media been a blessing or a curse to modern relationships?
Um, hmm, I don't know. I don't think anything's a. I think you make the curse. I think
Mhm.
social media is the death of us all.
Right, right.
I just believe people just get addicted to stuff. So I wouldn't say necessarily social media. I think just you, and your unwillingness to deal with who you are, and run to social media to vent emotionally, to post, and yeah. So
Okay.
I don't think it's necessarily social media. I think it's the individual.
Okay. Real quick. Man, we got a special guest that we have to
I'm
bring
here, bro.
in.
I'm here. Hold on. I'm here. I'm here.
Oh, okay. You're back.
Hold
Okay,
on.
Mr. Besson
Yeah.
Rogue, please take it away.
Yes, I'm here. Hold on. Hold on. I'm here. When this brother speaks, hold on, I can give a full bell. Sorry about that. When this brother's talking, he's definitely a gentleman. You know what I mean? He's definitely, you know what I mean, what he says, he's definitely a sir. You know what I'm saying? I gotta say that about the bro. And he's always showing us love, man, in the streets, man. You know what I mean? I love how professional he is. I love his background. It reminds me of my hometown, NYC. You know what I'm saying? Gotta bring in our brother. You know what I mean? That we got a lot of love for, man. Brother, Sir Hell Speaks. What's going on, brother?
Let's go.
Salute.
Hey, what's up, my people? Let's go with you.
What's going
Pretty
on?
good, Mr. Sir Hill Speaks. Thank you for tuning in, my brother.
Sir.
Salute out to you. So, Mr. Sir Hill Speaks. Tonight's topic is how to build healthy relationships and avoid divorce. And I know you yourself, you are a married man. So, if you don't mind, by blessing us, with your wisdom, um, the number one question could probably help: are there healthy ways to build a healthy relationship?
Okay. Before I do, let me show some manners. I want to make it abundantly clear that my mother raised me right. Ladies and gentlemen, make sure that you hit that like button and subscribe button to this awesome platform, Knowledge and Relationships. Send some love to the best people over here in 3, Mr. Best in the World. Shout out to y'all. And first, a shout out to Miss Tammy in the building. Good to see you. Thanks so much. So to your question, are there healthy ways to build relationships? Absolutely. There's a couple things that we got to do. Number one, 2 people have to be friends. I often say this. We often say we need to date first, get to know each other, and then we'll become married. I say differently. Become friends first, because sometimes you're going to fall out of love, you're going to fall out of like. But if that friendship is still there, friends have a way of coming back and get connected again. The second thing is we got to learn how to talk as well as listen. It's too many people that do a whole lot of talking. They know how to articulate. They know how to get their point across. But when it comes to actually shutting up, listening, and not filtering what the other person said based off what you expect them to say or what you're anticipating they're saying, sometimes you got to be quiet, listen, and hear a person and hear their heart, even if they don't articulate themselves well. So talking as well as listening. Here's the third thing. We got to be humble. You ain't always right. And if you go into your marriage thinking it's always your way, it's your perspective, well, this person may not be as smart as you, you're going to mess stuff up. You got to be humble. Here's the fourth thing. Now, this is about to take a turn, ladies and gentlemen. We got to make sex a priority. Too many people are doing everything else. We're giving our job our best attention. We're giving the church our best attention. And when it gets time for that love making and for that passion, we gotta find time. Now, you need to find time for everything else and make your relationship and marriage a priority. These are the kind of things it takes to build those healthy relationships. Now, y'all good. Y'all know I love this stuff, so I came here prepared.
Hey, and I appreciate you for coming through prepared as always, Mr. Sir Hell Speaks.
Hey, man, hit
And
the horn
also,
for Sir Hell. Hit the horn, man. Hit the horn for him.
yeah, definitely, for sure. And then also too, Mr. Sir Hill, I'm gonna put you on the spotlight real quick because we have to personally give you a shout out for reaching to above 1,000 subscribers.
You
Okay,
say,
so
come on, man.
hold on, we got to
Yes,
give it a round of
yes,
applause.
congrats,
So
yes.
one air horn, two air horns, and another air horn.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Appreciate you, my
because
brother.
like because you came through like a long way, and here's the thing, Mr. Sir Hill speaks. When I always try to speak highly of you because like you have been one of my biggest inspirations on YouTube. The reason why I'm saying this, right, on a serious note, is because a lot of people can use negativity to get viewership and attention and their subscribers up. But those things are not going to really last that long. Once you build up a fan base that's based off of a taboo, you have to continue on with that image if you want to keep those same subscribers. But the moment you start to do something different or maybe be peaceful, those type of subscribers are going to go away. Now, however, with you, Mr. Sir Hill, the way how you pretty much control your platform, man, I've always seen like just professionalism, positivity, and I always tell people like, look, if Sir Hill Speaks could do it, so can us. So can anybody else. We don't have to subjugate ourselves to be lower than what our God-given talents are, pretty much. Praise the to all
That's a
Almighty
fact.
on this one. But I just want to say again, thank you for blessing like YouTube with your positivity and your commitment to serve.
Well, hold on. Well, if you're gonna give a shout, let me get one back. Like I went back to your catalog and seeing that you guys been doing this for quite some time. That you guys have lives and that you truly take time on these lives to impart wisdom. So shout out to you and what you're doing, man. You guys allowed me. Yeah, I want to say it's a few months back. It was Black Man Unfiltered and a couple of other people who were like, after they're live, they said, we're going over there to this other platform, Doc. You got to go check them out. You got to see what they're talking about. And you was over here with your sunglasses, sitting like this, about, being cool. Yeah. And I thought what was so dope is you did a couple things. Number one, you had a timer. I said, first of all, I ain't never seen nobody with a timer on a platform. I probably knew to invest in one of those. That was awesome. And then you would ask your questions across the bottom of it. I thought that was dope. So shout out to you, man. Thank you for the love that you show. I just want to be a brother in these YouTube streets. As a Christian man of faith, being at 14 years, I know how hard it can be. So I'm competing. I am competing on purpose so that people know that negativity is not the only thing that sells, but you can be right and do it the right way. And growth may be slow, but it's lasting. So I appreciate you, man.
Right.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so
brother.
much.
Thank you for coming to the Knowledge and Relationships platform.
All right, Queen.
I've been trying to get up on here, but y'all be cooking so tough. I'll just be listening in the comments.
No, but I'm glad that you up here this time, like because we're gonna definitely need your advice and words of wisdoms, especially through these questions that we have up here.
If you guys don't mind, I'd like to stick around for a bit if you guys don't mind.
Yeah, sure. Like we're not kicking nobody out. Don't listen to Queen. You're more than welcome to stay.
Yeah, please don't listen to her.
Yeah.
Hey, they always kicking me out, but that's okay.
Look. If we had to give her the boot, on your behalf, we could do that. All right, we got connections.
Whatever.
Nah, I'm messing with you. But okay. Oh, actually, Mims, I'm glad that you're back. With the number 4, Mims, I'm gonna get to you, and then Sir Hill, I'm gonna get to you next. Has social media been a blessing or a curse to modern relationships?
I think that social media has been corrupted. I think it's always been corrupted, but I think that you had mentioned earlier that I had said that I don't like social media, and that is still true. I don't like it. It makes me nervous to be out here and putting myself out here, but I don't do it for me. I do it. You know what I do.
Right.
But for the Instagram, I did have to I didn't have to, but I did start up an Instagram only to promote the YouTube, my YouTube, Mike's YouTube, your YouTube, everybody's YouTube, you know what I'm saying? And then also to promote the Discord, which is also for people to promote their content, So it's really just about promotions and supporting each other, building the community, bringing them over to the YouTube platform, or if you have the Twitch or whatever it is that you guys do, so that we could grow the community. When it comes to modern relationships like marriages and the new age dating, I suppose I don't like the idea of dating, because again, it's been corrupted. And the purpose is not so much there. I fully support everybody keeping it in their pants until they're married or until you're ready to have babies. This is the purpose. And social media tends to corrupt that. It puts a lot of self-idolatry out there. You want to take the best picture to put your best picture out there. I think Truth was saying that. And that's what social media is all about. Also, getting all of your information that you just very willingly give to the thems of the world. You're just giving them all of your information. Just freely, here you go. I don't like that.
That's deep, but I definitely respect that. And it makes sense, too. Sir Hell Speaks. What you think about the number 4 question?
Mimsy is on point, right? So here's a couple things. I think women, now this is just my perspective, women who can control their social media use are better for relationships. Now, I know that's going to sound terrible, but let me tell you why. They operate with a level of privacy that they don't want everybody in their stuff because relationships are sacred to them. And I noticed that when women don't spend a lot of time, they can give their attention to their families and to their relationships. And it's just dope. Social media itself, I don't think is bad. I think it's our consumption of it. Like we're always on. You know what I mean? There's always a Facebook notification. There's always an Instagram notification. There's always something going on. And the amount of time, I don't know if you guys have iPhones, but there's a way to look at and see how much time you actually spend on this stuff. And I'll tell you, one day it shocked me, guys. I spent 8 hours. You don't realize, sometimes you watch a video real quick and then put it down and the notification comes up, and in an entire day it was 8 hours. How many of us do that? We don't realize how much time on there. And then TikTok is new. I won't lie to you, TikTok is addictive. You'll scroll and you'll see one video, and next thing you know, you'd have been on there for 45 minutes, right? And what it does is our attention and our focus on the things that actually matter. So social media is not in itself is not the bad thing. It's our attention. It's the time that we give it that I think is a problem. And if you start talking about the impacts on relationships, I don't know if you guys know this, but about 30% of the issues relationships have now when they go to counseling are related to social media. Whether that is the amount of time we spend on it, it is the amount of information we pass, it is the way that a lot of cheating and extramarital affairs get started. So I think that if we put a limit and some restraints on that, we'll do better. But it's not in itself social media, it's our consumption and even our reliance on it that I think is a problem.
Sir Hill, we need to do a topic together. I don't know if it's, if we could do it on your platform or if you want to come to ours, but we need to talk about the withdrawals of social media. What happens when you take a phone away from someone for 24 hours, take a complete social media break? What would be the effects of it? Because I feel like it's like a drug now.
Can I take it a step further? Can I one up you guys? And I recommend when you guys do this challenge, shut off the Wi-Fi from your household. Just shut the Wi-Fi down. Just disconnect all of it from the Wi-Fi. Just don't even have it on, in the house.
I wish I could. I wish I could. I got to work.
Hey,
Yeah, it
hey,
looks
If I,
like
if I,
it's a
Mimsy,
if I
we
start
little
doing
gotta
bit
that,
we
I
gotta
start
take
making
unrealistic.
money.
baby steps. We gotta take baby steps.
Yeah, I can't disconnect the
You know,
Wi-Fi.
you gotta take one step at a time. You don't take a baby. You don't tell a baby just get up and start running. You tell them take baby steps.
Mimsy said, "Burn it all down. Just burn it.
No,
No,
that
no
ain't
need for
happening.
any of it."
We don't have the Wi-Fi going. Even my iPad has to be hardwired.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
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 That's good, because you want to kind of eliminate as many
Listen, bro,
microwaves as
we're at
possible.
Silencios, okay? This is where we are.
I got you, sis. Okay. Um. Anybody else? Have anybody else answered number 4?
Yeah, I didn't get to answer it.
All right, go ahead. Be easy. Number 4. Has social media been a blessing or a curse to modern relationships?
Okay, so everyone gave good answers, so I'm not trying to, be redundant in my response. It is a bit of both. It's more of a curse than anything. It could be a blessing. It's just people are using it in a way that is more conducive to being a curse, and it's because they haven't addressed their low self-esteem issues, their feelings of inadequacy, their feelings of low self-worth and value. So in Sir Hill is not an anomaly for you to have spent 8 hours on there. There are studies that show the average American spends 6 to 8 hours per day. So when people saying, "Oh, I don't have the time," you do have the time. You just mismanaged it, and you thinking like, "Oh, I didn't spend 6 hours. I didn't spend 8 hours." You did. You just didn't realize it because you didn't think that you were on Facebook that long, but you logged out of Facebook and logged into Instagram. You put that down and went on Snapchat. Then you got addictive with TikTok, and then YouTube is social media too. How is it not? You're socializing with people, looking at them face to face, commenting. So YouTube is a form of social media. Where are you escaping it? So people come like consumed with it and addicted to it. It's also psychological studies that show you get a dopamine rush from social media. So it's like a euphoric process when you get likes. There's some people that was probably nerds through high school, right? Now they could put filters on, they could show money, they could show guns, cars, and now I'm getting hundreds of likes, thousands of likes. So now this perceived geek or this perceived ugly person is now the beautiful person, is now the popular person. That's hard to not be addicted to, right? When people want the social validation and acceptance of people. Everyone that's on social media is there for attention. Everyone. No one, even knowledge and relationships. No, you don't want these videos to have 0 views, 0 likes. Why do you think people say get the likes up? You want likes, you want attention. Attention is a form of currency, and it's also a drug. Attention and delusion are most people's drugs of choice. You know what I mean? Because you get highly addicted to it to the point that you want to overdose from it. And when you get a certain level of validation, it's like it's hard to just turn the faucet off. You want me to go back to not being validated? You want me to go back to being that geek or to not being respected in a certain level of light? And you could pose and be whoever you want to be on social media. Somebody could not be gangster, but all he got to do is show a photo of some guns, hold some money to his ear, pose in a car. Hey, Sir Hill, let me use your car. I make 2 videos in Sir Hill car. Now they like, damn, he's gangster because he got thousands of views. So it distorts reality too, where women don't even know what beauty is anymore. Dudes don't even know what beauty is anymore because the woman that they thought was beautiful, they've never seen her without a filter. They've never seen her without makeup. And then when they see her in real life, they're like, that's not the same person. The catfish. Same thing. It distorts reality where a woman could slide in a DM of a dude with a blue check, get flown out, and now she believes that that's her level. Her level of men is these celebrity blue check athletes when he just was trying to just get busy for that night. Dudes see these IG models with Brazilian butt lifts and say, hey, that's what I deserve. They're not doing anything to earn it, but they believe that they deserve it because that's what social media told them to. So it's just in that people are, it's a self-inflicted curse, right? It's just like you could have a nuclear weapon. That nuclear weapon could be used to destroy a country, or it could be used to save a country from foreign enemies. It's still the same weapon, but how is it being used? So ultimately, it's how we're using it. You could blame social media, but no one is putting a gun to your head for 6 hours saying you got to check TikTok. You know, we're intellectually dumbed down and kind of mentally fragile. We can't even handle, like, dudes will really pull up the New Jack City scene of Chris Rock and Pookie. That's how people will be after 24 hours without that phone.
Whew. Man.
Hold on,
Can I say
M3,
something
M3,
real
hold on.
quick?
Hold on,
Hey, can
M3,
I
hold
say
on.
something real quick?
Hold on. Who's talking? I'm sorry.
It's Red.
Hold on, Rick. Hold on. 1 second. Hold on. M3, can you just hit the horn and give him a round of applause for that?
Man,
That was
that's
fire.
why I had to speak one time, man. Because
Be
be easy,
easy.
bro.
Do me a favor, be
You
easy. If you
cooking
can't,
tonight, bro.
hold on, Big Rick. Hold on 1 second. Be easy if you can, brother. Leave me your email or your IG or whatever way I can contact you, so I can send you the links directly. Because we gotta have you on here, bro. Because that was fire. Hit that horn in that round of applause from M3, please, brother. Please.
Yeah,
I
post
appreciate
it like
y'all,
in
and I
the
got you.
private chat as well too.
In the private chat, brother. In the private chat.
Yeah, that's all I wanted to say, bro. I just had to give it to Be Easy one time, man. We done communicated one time on Instagram, you know what I'm saying? We locked in, but bro, you been cooking tonight though, bro. You really on it tonight, man. I appreciate you, bro.
Thanks a lot, man. I appreciate all y'all. And the platform, it's just like playing basketball or running track. You run your best race once you're against the top tier sprinters. If you run against a bunch of slow people, your time ain't gonna be that fast. But if LeBron James pass you the ball, your form gonna get a little bit better. You know what I mean? If Steph Curry pass you the ball, so it's just a testament to the intellect and the level of experience I'm on the panel with. All of y'all is cooking, so I can't drop the ball. I can't drop the pan in that regard. You feel me? Got to turn up the heat.
Man, that was definitely
We appreciate
money.
it because you cooking.
Yeah, you
You
cooking.
didn't
Man.
drop
Please.
nothing, man. You did your thing.
Yeah, please leave your information in the private chat, please, brother. We definitely gotta have you because that was money. I'm gonna answer this question. I don't want to answer it because he killed it so bad, but I'm gonna answer it. I gotta answer it, man. Gotta do my part, right?
Do your due
Man,
diligence.
but he killed that, man. He killed that.
Yeah, let me go ahead and highlight it.
Is it a blessing or a curse? Oh, this is a tough one. I think at this point, at this point, the way I look at it, I feel like it's a curse, man. I hate to say that. And I want to look at it as a blessing, but I feel like it's a curse. I feel like it's made us more distant from each other. I almost feel like we need a shutdown, honestly. How they shut down the jobs when the pandemic happened. I feel like we need that with social media, man. I really feel like all of us need to kick in the butt one more time. That 2 year ago kick wasn't good enough. We need another kick. Because people, y'all pride and y'all arrogance is out of control. All of us, we just out of control, man. You know what I'm saying? And I think that we got to get to the point where, as Sir Hell was saying, we got to bring the humility back, man. That humbleness. Where's the humility? You know what I mean? Where's being a servant? Where's showing that love to each other? You know what I'm saying? Now, anybody that knows me and my team, we go on different platforms. You know what I'm saying? We try to be everywhere, man. You know what I mean? And the thing is that at times, even people don't appreciate that. And it drives me crazy because it's like, dude, I don't have to do this. I really don't, man. You know what I mean? Thank you, Lady Sophia. I don't have to do this, man. But I'm doing it because I'm trying to show love. And people think that when you're trying to show love, that you're being weak, that you're a punk or whatever. No. Self-discipline and love is the hardest thing you could ever do in your life. You know what I mean? To hate and to be out of control, that's easy. Any fool can do that. Matter of fact, that's what fools do. You know what I mean? They run to evil quickly because they're foolish. They don't understand that it will lead to their demise. But at the end of the day, You know what I'm saying? It just got to get to the point, man, where we can make this become a blessing. I think it could turn into blessing, but it's got to be. It's like anything that has a foundation that's poison. It's got to be uprooted. So salute to Dominique Anthony. It's got to be uprooted, man. We got to uproot all these toxic things in YouTube, man. And it's not just one person. It's not just one channel. It's not just one application. It's not just one movement. It's a lot of different things that's toxic in social media. You know what I'm saying? That we need to uproot and get rid of, man. I love Mimsy's couch. I don't know what she's sitting on, but that damn couch, I love the hell she's sitting on, is comfortable as hell.
Referred to as the throne.
Yeah,
Pops left it for me.
I need one of those. And shout out to Pops. And Mike too. Now, with that being said, you know, we gotta uproot it, man. We gotta uproot the foundation of social media and make it work for us. Shout out to Candid Ann. I see you, sister. You know what I mean? Thank you for your support. And shout out to Havertron Media. All the family checking in. Hey, good to see the family. You know what I mean? With that being said, like, we gotta uproot the foundation of social media in order to make it better, man. Once we uproot it, then things will become better, and we'll be able to move forward, and we'll be able to be powerful in the social media space. So that's my answer.
Okay. You know. All right. Appreciate all those good answers that people are providing. Yo, shout outs to everybody that's in the chat. Dominique, Anthony, Candid Ann, Harris Tribe Media Group, Sophia.
Yeah.
Thank you everyone for tuning in. Let me see. What else? Who else is all saying some of my comment? Okay. Salute to everyone. And don't forget, please, you know, bada bing, that like button, y'all. Okay. Get the likes up. And also subscribe if you're new to Knowledge and Relationships for all the newcomers as well, too. So, all right. Let's go ahead and jump into the last question. Last question is marriage still an institution that we value and respect? Is marriage, well, I would say is marriage an institution that we value and respect? So do we consider it to be an institution? And if so, does it have value? Should we respect it?
Who was the we?
Speak. Who said that?
Who was the we that you're referring to?
That was my question.
Yeah, because are you saying Americans? Are you saying people in the West? Are you saying Black people? Are you saying people in their respective nationality groups? That's what I'm just trying to get clarity on.
Okay, I get what you're saying. Basically,
society as a whole.
Yeah, basically just anything as a whole. But we could start with like Western society, modern day relationships. You know, the U.S. You know, things like that in general. Do we, as a group of Americans, you know, value marriage, or do we look at it as an institution? What's the value and respect into that? Let me see. We're doing a lot over tea lately, but I've been looking for.
Yeah, I'd like to jump into that question, if you guys don't mind. So, so absolutely. I think when it comes to the West, we have everything is relative, right? There's nothing that we particularly hold on to and respect. It's all relative. And I think that marriage should absolutely fundamentally be something that is respected. However, it is not up to the outside people who are not married to give the respect first. It is up for those who are in the institution of marriage to be in it in such a way where it commands respect. So absolutely, fundamentally, regardless of what class or belief system you're at, marriage is to be honored and respected. It's the foundation for any successful society, civilization. So we got to treat it with a little bit more respect than we do out here in the West. So to answer the question, is it still something that we value and respect? Yes. And I think we need to do a better job of displaying that.
Okay. But is marriage an institution? Do you look at it like that? Kind of like a business?
It is. Marriage is a business. I don't know if you see. I did a talk on this. That marriage is indeed a business, but not like people think it is. Not like I treat it like like a store that you know. When you think about what a business is a couple of different things. Number one is customer service. I want to treat my wife and family so well that I want to keep them coming back. I want to create that loyalty. When I think about the consistency that I want to do better, like in the business, year after year, I want to see increases in profits, not money, but profits on my joy and on my peace and on my closeness and on our affection, on the investments we make. When you start looking at how business runs and you apply that same intentionality, I think if we do that, our marriages become more successful, that we're not in it just for the feeling of love, which is going to fade, but that I've got a sense of duty and honor to this. And regardless on whether I have a bad day, I'm still showing up to work. If it's cold outside, I'm still showing up to work. If it's hot, you know what I mean? If something happens because it's my business and it is a part that is so vital to my livelihood, I'm going to treat it with the honor and respect. So yes, it is an institution, and we should be about the business of our marriages. Absolutely.
All right, cool, man. Thank you, Sir Health Speaks. Okay. Let me see. Big Red Slaps. What do you think about number 5?
Let me see. Is marriage still an institution that we value and respect? I got people that are married. I'm not married myself, so I got people that are married though. I think they value and respect it. I think so. So is marriage still an institution that we value and respect? I think marriage is if I'm answering that right.
Yeah. No, you good. I guess like I should have asked, like, do you look at marriage? I know you're not married, but even in relationships, right? When two people are joined together, do you look at it as a business opportunity?
Oh, okay, I got you. To be honest with you, man, now in that aspect, I the people that I know that are married, I don't think they looked at it that way. So I think so though. I think it should be, we were kind of talking about this manosphere thing like on just a minute ago, and the whole thing about the man, being like this high, earner and everything like that. Like in the real world, I'm not really used to that. I'm not really used to the people around me kind of like that. I'm kind of used to more of a partnership. So I think, you know what I'm saying? I think it's definitely, I would think so. It's definitely an institution that can definitely be valued and respected.
All right, that's what's up. All right, thank you, Big Red.
The people I know though, on the real though, M3, the people I know, they did not go into it like in that type of way, like how you kind of explained it. No, they didn't. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I kind of answered it the first way like that, but the way you put it, yeah.
All right, that's what's up. Thank you so much. Be easy, that dude. What's your thoughts for number 5?
Number 5, I would have to say, I think Mr. Hale Speaks made some astute points. I would say, yes, it is an institution that people value and respect. However, the caveat is losing respect by the day, and more people are like the level of disdain is growing because people are kind of tuned into, whether it be YouTube, blame the red pill, MGTOW, whatever you want to say, or people just dealing with their experiences of the divorce rate, which is over 50%, right? And typically the numbers depend on where you get the stats from, 70 to 80% of them are initiated by women. So a lot of men are going into it operating from a point of fear, right? If she's just going to leave me anyways, like, why would I even consider marrying it? And a lot of the things that used to be reserved for marriage are now being given freely and prematurely, right? Women are having
Mhm.
kids out of wedlock. The dude, she didn't already show this dude multiple positions, handcuffs, got tied up, etc. So you're like, man,
Mhm.
what more is there? I'm not saying this is the right or wrong mentality to have, but that's what's out there. Same with a lot of women, they'll be saying, oh, I'm a hold off for the right man. But now you already have multiple kids by people that you deemed not the right man. So why should the right man come in there and accept it? So there's a lot of that going on with all of these babies being born out of wedlock. A lot of men are like, man, I'm not taking care of that. And some women are out earning men and saying, hey, I'm not settling. So there's a lot of caveats to where people are saying, hey, I don't need marriage. There's things called compound living, where it's a bunch of women where they just all earn single moms and they all live together, saying we don't quote unquote need men. So this is happening with both genders. They're both devaluing the importance of marriage, while it is still respected and valued, because they're saying, yes, we do want this, we believe in this institution, we want it, but they're just not doing anything to successfully attain that. Just like somebody saying, look, I want the six pack, but I'm eating donuts every day at McDonald's. Like, damn, how much do you really want that body? How healthy are you trying to be if this is your diet, right? How much are you valuing marriage if this is your behavior?
Mm.
Mm.
I feel you. Okay, hold on. Sir Hell speaks. He says he got a drop. Okay,
All
hold
right,
on
sure,
real
hell.
quick. All right,
Yeah,
salutes
go.
to Sir Hell.
Salute.
Thank you for tuning in, my brother. So definitely big shout outs to you as always. All right. Now, excuse me. Now let me see. Okay, Queen, I'm gonna go to you and then I'm gonna get to Mimsy. What do you think about the number 5 question? Is marriage an institution, like a business? And does it have value
Yes.
and respect? You say, yeah? Okay.
What'd you say? Is
Oh,
marriage an institution that we value and respect? Um, no, I don't think majority people value marriage, because even some people who get into marriage, they get into it like it's a business transaction. They get into it with people who have things that they want versus are the person that they really are looking for. So I don't think marriage is valued. I don't think people respect it. Um, and when you look at the divorce rate, we just look at what we know of the divorce rate. We don't really know what happened in the marriage. So I think those numbers can be a little misleading. Um, yeah, I just don't think people value relationships or marriage. And I think a lot of it is, when you're in something, the marriages that you see, do they really set an example for something that you respect and want? So I think it's also the people who are married. What are you doing to influence people to respect marriage in itself with how you move in your marriage? So
okay then. All right, thank you, Queen. Turn this off. All right, Mimsy Limbs. Are you here? Let me see. Hold on, Mimsy, are you still here?
Oh, you gotta hit the she may fell asleep, gotta hit the alarm.
Well, actually, she probably take care of like her Gambino, as she usually calls her
Wake up,
children.
Mimsy.
No worries. We'll get back to her anyway. Oh wait, actually, yeah, this is the last question. Okay, so, Mr. Best in the World.
Yes, sir.
All right. What do you think about number 5?
I think we don't. I think it's not the fact that people don't respect marriage. I think people don't understand what marriage really means. You know what I'm saying? None of us do, honestly. You know what I'm saying? Because we've been taught what marriage is, right? So if I'm teaching you something, I'm speaking specifically to us people of color. I'm teaching you something, and I'm giving you something that's not your natural place of origin or your natural way of reasoning as far as relationships. So when that happens, people are gonna be like, it's gonna be messed up. It's gonna be messed up because now people are doing things that's not even a part of their natural custom. Can that change? Of course that can change. Of course we can find our way, but I think for us it's definitely harder because we don't really know our true culture, our true religion, so it spills out into marriage. And so when we see people having hard times in marriages, people automatically judge them, right? They're like, oh man, this person is this or this person is that, but we don't know what traumas they had. We're not addressing any of those type of things. We're not addressing their mental health, their emotional health. All these things just get swept under the rug, especially if you're a man. You know what I'm saying? I'm just keeping it 100. You know what I mean? So that stuff just gets swept under the rug, and you're just being told to get over things. Oh, it's not so bad. You know what I mean? Get over it. And that's told to people in the Black community all the time. So now when you're trying to have that person now be in a functional, healthy relationship, it's damn near impossible. You know what I'm saying? Because they have so many things that they're holding on to in their heart and in their mind and in their spirit. You know what I mean? So I think that's why we having a hard time. You know what I mean? With our relationship, we have post-slavery disorder. We have a lot of things that we are just dealing with, man, that people do not want to address, or people just want to sweep under the rug. You know what I mean? I think that's really the issue. So I think once we deal with that, then we can start having some great relationships. You know what I mean? So then we'll have an understanding. Okay, this is where we at. This is where we're not at. You know what I mean? But right now we don't have that understanding. You know what I mean? We just don't. We all over the place. You know what I'm saying? And the reason we all over the place is because, you know what I mean, we don't really know what marriage means. You know what I'm saying? We don't know. You know what I mean? We trying to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? And we're trying to figure it out day by day. And when you're trying to figure something out day by day, guess what? You're gonna make mistakes. So let's give each other that grace. Let's give each other that love, man. Let's really start to understand where we at and how our people feel and think. And I feel like that will make a whole different leeway to how we handle relationships. So yeah. You muted him, 3.
Oh, sorry. Thank you. Okay, Mimsy, what is your views on marriage? Do you look at marriage as it is a institution, like such as a business? And does it have value, and is it respectable?
Yes.
Okay. Yes to like
All
it
of the
being an
above.
institution. All the above. Okay.
Yep.
So why do you agree to that?
Because I have a schedule. I have a time that I'm on. I have a time that I'm off. I have jobs to do.
Yeah.
I have a boss. There's a hierarchy,
Okay.
and it works well, and we get rewards. It's like yes, it's a business. There is structure. Yes, 100%. And you have to. Yes. Is it respectable? Yes. It definitely should be respected. It's a very special thing. It is a solution to a lot of problems if it is done correctly, but everybody has to make the effort to keep it in their pants until they are ready to have babies and be married. And I'm not
Okay.
even talking about the court system. I'm not even talking about the church. I don't care about that. I didn't do that. I am married with my love for 8 years, and he asked me, would you marry me? And I said yes, and that was it. So here we are. 3 kids and a lifetime to go.
Okay. All right, thank you, Mimsy. And so also shout outs to Colin Mitchell. He
Colin,
says,
what's
good
up, brother?
afternoon, family. Love and miss you, Queen. Too bad she fell asleep though. Hold on, let me wake her up. Hey, Queen.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Oh, my bad. Hold on. I can't even turn it off. Yo, so Colin Mitchell, he's in the chat.
What's
He
up,
just want to let you
Colin?
know that he love and miss you so much, Queen.
Oh, what's up, Colin? How are you?
Shout out to
Come
Colin
up.
Mitchell.
I'll give you some good advice.
That boy graduated,
That
from
boy
Queens of Rice.
graduate. We should do a graduation show for him.
Yeah. We'll do a double on once he graduates from college. And we're really gonna be celebrating. Sophia says, we may not know trauma, but okay, my neighbor think a man should take care of her and that she shouldn't work. Can't toss hold on. Oh, can't toss that in a man's face up front when he leaves. Then she says she's depressed.
I don't understand. What? I'm sorry.
That's okay.
So it's
My
We may
neighbor
not know
thinks
the
a man should
trauma.
take care of her and that she shouldn't work. Can't toss that in a man's face up front. And then when he leaves, she says she's depressed. Okay, I understand. I mean, I don't work. I haven't worked since the day before I gave birth to my daughter 7 years ago. I haven't worked at a place of employment. My husband has provided. The Most High has, of course, provided. And we have had our businesses and whatnot, but I haven't gone to a place of employment in 7 years. That's not my job.
Right.
your place of employment is your home.
Exactly.
But it's okay if you do work.
Right. Well, to each
Yeah.
their own.
Yes.
Yeah, she has the choice. I'm sure. Like I don't want to speak for Mimsy, but do you feel oppressed by staying at home and having a boss of a man?
Me?
Yes.
No. I choose to be submissive. This is my choice. My husband did tell me that this was, when I was pregnant with our daughter way back then. He did tell me, listen, we're not putting them in school, where there's not going to be a daycare. You are going to stay home with the kids. So then at that time, yes, I probably did feel resentful. Not probably. I absolutely felt resentful because I wasn't embracing it. The best thing for the family, I wasn't embracing it. And so once I got over that, this is all it is. This is everything. Everything is about this because all of this is about him.
Yeah.
And also
Salute
the
to Mr. Shishak.
alternative would have been you would have had someone else raising your kid, basically
Right.
indoctrinating your kid, taking resources out of the family home. Like people just think, oh, I'm gonna just send my kid to daycare. Just look up how much it is for daycare and see how much you're spending thousands of dollars and someone that you don't know their ideology, their moral standing is going to raise your kid. Yeah, I don't agree with that at all.
I agree 100%. Wait, okay, Miss. She said, what you agree on? Not ours. She's saying our responsibility. I missed that part. Wait, hold on. Be easy. What was the part you didn't agree to?
I was saying when So, Mimsy said that she could have went back to work, but she chose to stay, and basically her employment became her home. Her job became being a mother full time. I don't agree with women who has a man clearly saying, "Hey, this is what I want," but you want to reject that to go work for some other boss, give your blood, sweat, and tears to some other institution, take resources out of your home and have someone raise your kid. You don't know what type of stuff people are instilling in your kids. So they're not
Yeah,
even
you know,
raising your kids,
judgmental.
they're indoctrinating your kids.
Mhm.
And look this stuff up. Psychologically, they say kids from birth to 7 are just basically human recorders. They're recording and processing everything they see, their environment, the music, etc. Some women are like playing Beethoven when the kid is in their belly, right? So you know that your kid is going to pick up everything. This is the most precious years, and you're just going to send them off to somebody else that you don't know, who just smiles in your face only because they're cutting a check. They don't give a damn about your kid. They care about if the check clears. Why wouldn't you do that? And out here, a newborn baby, that will cost you bands, multiple thousands a month. Why wouldn't you just keep that in home? That's what I disagree with. But I'm not saying that I'm right in that regard. That's just my belief.
But
Okay.
not everybody is able to stay home.
I was speaking specifically for her
Oh, for
situation
stay at
because
home
she's
mom.
yeah,
Okay.
because she said she had her man said, "Hey, I don't want you working," and she was resentful against that. And I know plenty of people, even including my family, they do feel resentful, and that's why I asked her, "Does she feel oppressed?" Because some women say submissiveness is oppression. I've heard women say submissiveness is like being a slave, and I ain't gonna be like my grandma. I got options. I've heard women say this. Just
Right.
type it in on YouTube.
But
And
that
I've heard
and
women in my family say this.
I
I think when they say that, they're speaking from a place of um feeling like, a lot of women, I'm in a social work field, so I deal with this to a certain extent. A lot of women can feel like they're losing who they are in a relationship or with a title like a mother or stay at home versus having a conversation and being empowered in it, meaning that you don't have to stop uh, dreaming or living your life to be a stay-at-home mom. You can still be creative and have the space to do things. You just have the beauty of not needing to clock in and have a 9 to 5. So I think sometimes women can look at that like as it being oppressed because they're looking at it from a narrow-minded standpoint, if that makes sense. Versus
Right.
they're not looking at the bigger picture of it versus looking at it through the lens of I can make my own money, Miss Independent. Like for instance, my parents, I have 5 siblings. It would have been 8 of us total. There was 2 miscarriages. And the beauty of the way my parents worked is that my dad worked at night, my mom worked during the day. So there was no daycare. My daddy was the daycare. He was the one who took care of us until we went to school. He was the one who got us off to school. He was the one who got us in the house. And then when maybe about, my mom would come home and then he would be like, okay, dinner's ready. I'm off to work. So it was always a parent in the household. So they got it where their work schedules they didn't have to be to work at the same time. So it worked out where we had the being at home with our parents all the time. So, but not a lot of families have that, unfortunately. So
Yeah.
I don't think I could. I love my career, so I
But
wouldn't
why
want to
don't they have that?
necessarily.
Wait,
I wouldn't
hold
necessarily.
on. Wait, hold on,
Huh?
guys. Hold on, guys. Before we get deeper into that, I want to let Mimsy reply real quick. And then I know we have Tammy in the building as well too. So I want to kind of get to like Tammy after Mimsy, and then we could kind of go back into that.
Hold on,
Because
hold on,
there's
hold
some.
on. Let them finish their points, though. They almost done. Let them finish. Hold on.
No, I'm
They almost
saying
done.
yeah, no. I'm saying like once they finish with their points, I need to get
Yeah.
to Mimsy and Tammy because Colin also has a question as well too. Though I don't want to jump to like another subject. So go ahead. Yeah.
Well, I think he was going to say something. Be easy.
Oh, go ahead. Be easy.
Now what? So what was the last point that you made, Queen? I was just asking a question that
Oh,
I was trying to get some clarity on.
No, I was saying for me, you know, when I got married, at one point I was laid off, and I hated being at home. We don't have any kids, but I also, you know, now that I'm back to work, I'm working on other things where I don't want to put so much of my energy to work for someone else. So I'm working on things where I can work for myself and have my husband, you know, have him do the same, like work for himself instead of necessarily going in to punch a clock. So that's just me though.
Okay.
Yeah, so I mean, it sounds like would agree with that then, right? With what I'm suggesting that people,
Yeah.
and it goes back to the compromise too, where I think the question I was asking is why you said some people are not able to do that, which I do agree, but the follow-up question is why aren't they able to do it? A lot of times because one side is not willing to compromise, right? The one woman may not be willing to compromise and stay at home with the kids. The man may not be willing to compromise his day and take on an extra shift or work longer hours or something, you know. But it also goes back to communication. If you
Yeah.
guys can communicate this and determine the direction that you want to go, because people should be raising their kids. And like what you brought up about your parents, I'm sure those jobs wanted them to work different shifts, but they made it to where it was easy for them. Okay, look, you off at this time, I'll go pick the kids up. That's a compromise and a level of cooperation to organize and do what's best for the family. Because the way I grew up, we didn't have no daycare. You either go over like Big Mama house or your older sibling. That was your daycare to keep it
Yeah. Or whoever. Well, the daycare to a certain extent at one point was, you know, because I grew up in the East Coast, so we had blizzards where we loved it when our parents were snowed in at work and they wasn't coming home for a while. So it was whoever parent was home was kind of like the watcher of the kids, meaning that, you know, they would come by the house or they'd be like, oh, okay, we always ended up at that person's house anyway, and they would cook everybody dinner. I'm talking about like 10 to 20 kids on the block, and they'd be like, oh, y'all going upstairs to watch a movie? Okay, blah, blah, blah. So it was almost like it was a community environment, or what do you call it? A village mentality, meaning that whoever parent was home, because everybody's parent knew each other's schedule, and they was like, oh, is y'all not, your parents are not home, what y'all doing, come on over here, you know. So it was kind of like that too, so that helped.
Okay.
Cool. You can let Mimsy go ahead and go.
All right. So hold on, let me stop this timer real quick. Okay, Mimsy. I just wanted to give you a chance to rebuttal because I think you wanted to say something, right? And also, Colin had a question for you as well too.
Yeah, I
So
think that was it. It was do I hate the term stay at home mom? No. Do I embrace the statement? Yeah. I mean it's literally what I am.
Okay,
I'm
so
a
you say
mom. I'm a mom who stays at home.
So you say you hate the term, but you're embracing it.
No, I don't hate the term at all.
Oh, you don't hate the term. Oh, okay.
No, I don't hate it. It is what it is. Num num.
All right. Thank you, Mimsy. Sophia says, "Be easy to do." Facts, but unfortunately, some people don't talk about
Mimsy, I have a
issues
question for
before the
you.
kids.
Queen, fall back.
Oh, sorry.
Wait, hold on. Is it a short question or is it going to be long?
It may be long, depending on how she wants to answer it. But you can go ahead, First Lady Tammy.
Yeah, because I don't want to forget First Lady Tammy anyways, though. So, First Lady Tammy, are you still here?
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah, sorry about that.
All right.
I was on the phone, and it's interesting because we were talking about trauma on the phone. So I found that interesting that when I came in, that's what gets some real trauma. So yeah.
Okay. Well, number 5 is marriage an institution that we should value and respect?
I definitely think it's an institution we should value. I mean, something that you value is something that you, number one, you understand and you put work in and you put effort in. So anything that you value is something that you take care of, something you pay attention to, something you put work in, and something that you understand. And so I feel like when you don't do those things is when you don't value it or respect it. So that's why you have it where people, do certain things that they know they shouldn't be doing, even though they're married. And then that's the thing is that if you haven't seen a successful marriage, a lot of times you don't believe in it, because I know some people that say that because they've never seen a successful marriage, they don't believe in it. But I think you have to intentionally seek out people that are in successful marriages and ask them what works. Because I know couples that are married. I know couples that have been married for 10 years. I know couples that have been married for 20 years. I know couples that have been married for more than 20 years. So I think if you want to know about marriage and why it works, you talk to the people that are making it work. So I mean, I think it should be valued and respected. Obviously, that's not true for everybody, because if that was the case, there wouldn't be infidelity and all kinds of other things going on if it was truly respected and valued. So it's an individual choice if you're going to value it and respect it, and I do. So.
Oh, I forgot I was muted.
Can I make one last point real quick?
Yeah. Go ahead.
I just want people to know there's no handbook for marriage, y'all. All right, and people can give you their perspective. They can give you their views, but ultimately you gotta do what's best for you. You know what I'm saying? And that's from someone who's been in therapy. I've been in couples therapy. I've been in counseling with leaders of different churches and ministries and all that. And the biggest thing is that the only thing that I can do is to do what works for me and who I'm being loved by. But outside of that, you know what I mean? There is no textbook. I think the biggest thing that you have to do is, be honest with who you are, and the other person be honest who they are, and then y'all can work to a common ground. Because that's what it's gonna be. Because you're gonna go through ups and downs, man. It's life, right? But as you're going through ups and downs, you know what I'm saying? Are you willing to work through it? You know what I mean? And if you guys are willing to work through it and work as a team, man, y'all can get through anything, man. Because temptation is gonna come. Health is gonna be a concern. Somebody's parent is gonna get sick, or not gonna be here no more. You know what I mean? Or somebody auntie or whatever. You know what I mean? You're gonna go through things. Job loss is gonna happen. Okay, career loss is gonna happen. You are going to lose money and properties. Me and them three can definitely tell you about a whole bunch about all these topics, man. Okay, you know what I mean? And then I'm not even talking about, man. It's a whole. We'll be all night. Life happens, all right? Okay, people. Life happens, and don't think it's gonna be perfect, because it's not. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? Do what you can that's best for you, and understand that, at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? If your marriage is working, or even if it's not working, as long as you put your best foot forward, you did your part, and you took care of that person the best way that you can, that's all that matters. You know what I'm saying? That's all that matters. You know what I mean? And understand that, and here's the last part, everything you add to a relationship will change that relationship. If you add kids to the relationship is going to change. You get a new career, relationship is going to change. You buy a new car, relationship going to change. Every little new thing that you add to your relationship, whether it's money or whatever else, is going to change your relationship. Please understand that, people. So yes, you muted M3.
Oh, can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, so I'll just say my closing statements because we are running out of time. It's almost 10 o'clock and I gotta get ready to close the stream out. But yeah, marriage is definitely a business. Um and the type of business is dependent on what is your entire motives going into the marriage. Most people now these days they get into marriage because of financial gain and health benefits. I think most of the time it's usually for health benefits because one person probably don't have good health coverage, but the other person does. Now, I'm not going to say that, love doesn't come into play into that, but, you know, what would be the purpose to have a legalized and systematic type of marriage where you're involved into a court system if there's no incentive involved into that? Now, now the true art of the institution of marriage is supposed to be the wellspring of taking care of each other, looking out for the person's well-being, especially if you have kids like Mimsy and Tammy and Beezy. You got kids too, and Big Rigs. Wait, Big Rigs. I think you did say you had kids.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
I don't.
Okay, but for the three that's in here that has kids, you know, um, if you are in partnership with anyone, um, it does become like some type of institution because you're now putting the work in to creating a safe environment and a stabilized household. So does it have value and respect? Like I said, it depends on your direction on that. But for the most, it will always have some type of value. Um, and the respect just comes in on how you carry yourself in your marriage, how you're leading it, and your own personalized views of whether if their marriage is respectable or not. So with that being said, let me go ahead and cut this music off real quick. Cool. All right. It is 10 o'clock. I do have to close this out. But before I close it out, I definitely want to do my usual shout outs. So so I make sure we got everybody. So Big Rigs, I'm gonna highlight you first. Feel free to shout out like your social media, YouTube channels or platforms that you have, people you might want to shout out. Feel free to do so, my brother.
Sure, I appreciate you, man. Yeah, you can
Mhm.
check me out. I'm a producer, so you can check me out on Instagram, Big Rig Slaps. You can also check out my car page, also on Instagram. I go to a lot of shows, a lot of meets and stuff like that. My son usually takes all my pictures and videos for the cars and stuff like that, so it's real cool. That's Ragtop Delta on Instagram, and I'll be having my YouTube channel, which is also Big Rig Slaps, going really good. I got stuff on there now, but I'm gonna be having like live interviews with like some of the artists from the Bay Area. So I deal with a lot of artists, and I'm starting to do like interviews with them, and then I'm also do maybe like a car talk with people that are in the car game and stuff like that. So my page will be going pretty soon. But I appreciate you guys, man. I appreciate you letting me up on the panel, man. I'm new to this, so it's a little bit different. I'll get a little bit better as time goes, but I really appreciate it, man. I love what y'all doing, man. I take the community really serious, man. Y'all help me out. That's why I have no problem giving any of y'all flowers. I done got at a few of you guys in DMs. You know what I mean? That's what I do. That's the type of person I am because I appreciate y'all.
So I just appreciate it, man, and just keep doing what you're doing.
All right, thank you, my brother. Now we're gonna go ahead and slide on to like Be Easy, that dude. Thank you for tuning in, man.
Yeah, no problem, man. Thanks for having me. I know Queen didn't want to let me in, but hey, I managed to come to the dinner table.
I'm just joking.
Yeah, I'm just joking. I'm being sarcastic. It is I don't want no smoke with Queen, but yeah, I was knocking like, is y'all gonna let a brother in or what? I mean, but it's good y'all let me in, and everyone on the panel, y'all had some really substantive stuff to say. I like the different perspectives. Appreciate the panel. Y'all could just look me up on Instagram, b.easy that dude. Same thing on YouTube. I have some things on my channel, but I'm pretty much revamping it right now. But it will be a lot of pretty dope content coming up. I'll continue to come on the panel, support, and that's pretty much all I got. Have a good evening, ladies and gents.
You too. Now
Thank you, brother. Thank you.
we're gonna highlight Mimsy Limbs. Mimsy, are you here? Or are you still oh, there you are. Hey.
Hello. Thanks for having me, Mr. M3 in Knowledge and Relationships. I appreciate you guys. And if you guys want to come and hang out with me Friday evenings for the Sabbath and whenever
I'll
other
be
random
there.
times we go on, M3's always there. And yeah, come and check us out. Real Talk with Mimsy Limbs.
All right. And always check out her intro too though. Like it'd be like smooth. I feel like I wanna like kind of whistle to that. Now we have Twink. Oh, what the heck I just said? Queen. I said
You
Tween.
said tweet.
No, I said Tween. I don't know what
Oh,
how the teacher came out of nowhere.
it's okay.
Yeah.
Don't be calling me. Don't be calling my government. No, I'm just messing with you. Hi, you can see me on Instagram at Queen502K and here on the Knowledge and Relationships platform. I'm here for Monday, Sunday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, in that order, because I'm all over the place. Anyway, have a good night.
All right. Peace. Yeah, we have First Lady Tammy. First Lady Tammy in the building. What's up, First Lady Tammy?
What's going
Now you
on?
give her the lunch lady bell. Don't be giving her the lunch lady bell.
No, I was actually listening to the book that I'm gonna be doing for the next book chat, the 1619 project. Let me see. I have it on my phone. I decided not to get the hard copy of the book, but it's a very interesting book. It's a very heavy book, I will say.
So that's the Audible.
Yeah, so I got it on Audible. Most of the books that I have a hard copy, I can find the audio version of it on Audible. I don't know about other, book apps, but I know this one always any book I've been looking for that I have a hard copy, I'm able to get it on there, and it allows me to listen to it when I'm in my car or when I'm just around the house doing stuff. So I don't
So
have
do
to
they
have
give you
it.
an option to read it?
Yeah, well, it reads it out loud. Oh, you mean for me to read it?
Yeah, does it allow
Uh,
you to like read the words or anything like that, or no?
I haven't tried that just because for me it's easier to listen to it just because I can have it playing loud enough where I can be in a different room and I can still hear it. And I don't have to have a physical book in my hand. So sometimes, like if I'm putting a puzzle together or something, I can listen to it, and that's actually like self-care and therapy for me to listen to a book while I'm doing something. Like I said, when I'm driving, it's also something I can listen to while I'm driving. So it's a really, really good book. So anyway, so I'm doing that for my next book chat. And then we'll be doing ladies' night on Saturday. Maybe
Not
I
this
don't know.
Saturday though.
There we go. Thank you.
The
Not
following
this Saturday.
Saturday.
There we go. Thank you. I'll be there for that. And of course I'm here on Mondays and Thursdays and sometimes other days. It really just depends on, if I can get on here when I ain't got nothing else to do. So, I'm a teacher, so teacher life doesn't stop when the last bell rings. So, but anyway, other than that, I am on Instagram at First Lady Tammy 916. I'm on other platforms, but you can't really find me. I'd have to know you for you to be able to find me, and I'm not going to do all that. But other than that, if you liked what you heard, even if you didn't like what you heard, hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can hear any and everything that we're doing. Thank you to everybody who's in the chat, everybody who's on the panel. And other than that, I'm out.
All right. Thank you, Tammy. All right, so we got Mr. Best in the World, 84.
Hey, thanks everybody, man. Thank you for being a part of the panel. Thank everybody who came on the panel. We definitely appreciate y'all. Big Rick Slaps, Sir Hill Speaks, Be Easy That Do, Mimsy. Everybody that jumped on here, man. We truly appreciate y'all, man, that came through. If I'm forgetting anybody out, please forgive me. Been a long day. Shout out to Queen Forever 2K. Shout out to First Lady Tammy, OG Patrice. I see you in the building. Hey, OG Patrice. You know what I mean? Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to everybody, man. You know what I mean? We all tired right now. Listen, thanks for being a part of Knowledge Relationships Experience. We appreciate you. We love y'all. Peace and blessings, y'all. M3, take it away.
All right.
Y'all need some alarm clocks. Wake up.
No, we got your alarm clock right here. I'm glad that you're awake though. All right. So after waking up Queen, I just want to say thank you everyone for tuning in to Knowledge and Relationships on YouTube. This was definitely like a good, fun night about just the marriage topics and just relationships. And shout outs to Sir Hell Speaks for tuning in. Shout outs to Mimsy Limbs for coming in early. Shout outs to Big Rick Slaps who came in as well too. And Be Easy. All right. Shout outs to Queen. First Lady Tammy, Mr. Best in the World, and we can't forget about other crew members like DJ Eddie King, hopefully he feels better. Shout outs to Dom as well too, the assistant network manager. Hopefully she gets some free time. But anyways, shout outs to everybody in the chat. And we'll be tuning in next time for sure. So until then, make sure that all you busters and busterettes get your minds right. Okay, and fix your relationships. All right. Dial 1-800. Repair your broken relationships that you caused. Anyways, with that being said, this was definitely a good night. Oh, hold on. Shout out to Blaze Brown who just came in. Or maybe you was here the whole time. But she says, everyone have a good night. Peace, peace. Peace to you, Miss Blaze Brown. And don't forget to get the likes up as always. We appreciate your support. And then with that being said, hold on, we gotta close this out real quick. Okay, with that being said, good night, everyone. Peace.
Hey.